Hello and welcome to the official first session of the Adventures of the Salamander Coast. So, we've already gone through the session point 5 and point 75, where each one of the new adventurers to this crazy world that these players helped in creating, where they ended up in a very sticky situation, and now we're going to be dealing with the serendipitous repercussions. Best way to phrase it. Yeah, I think that without any further ado, all of you have already talked a little bit about your characters in previous session point 5, session point 75. So I think that means that we should just dive in and get started. So, I would, for one, formally like to now officially welcome all of you to the Salamander Coast. A land of diverse cultures, peoples, and nations, trying to find peace between one another, and in other cases, not so much. In the central regions of Barraclara, we find two entities at odds. The actual nation, fighting against the wilderness, struggling with the dragonborn conflicts, and constant raiding along the main roads by cultists dressed in a multitude of different garbs. Then to the north, we have that of Bromsgrove, a city-state completely independent of Barraclara, but still necessary for the rest of the Salamander Coast. To the west, we have the Council of Yggdrasil and the Fractured Peninsula, two halves of the same whole that are constantly fighting one another and going back and forth on what is the best course of action. And then finally, to the east, we have three different clans that, in one way or another, find themselves working together, but most of the time at odds. And for our story to begin, we need to head back to the central Salamander, the nation of Barraclara, a mercantile nation that puts much faith and integrity in gold and influence. The more gold you have, the more influence you have. So, our group of adventurers, one way or another, have found themselves from the rolling farmlands and wide lakes to, well, a less beautiful side of Barraclara. You all find yourselves in, a prison cell. All of you, having done one thing or another that was definitely not your fault in the slightest, you have wound up in the prisons of Summer's Rest. So, all of you at different times during the several days that you've been in here, wake up, come to consciousness, eat whatever mutton or kind of moldy bread or salty water they give you, just for some type of sustenance in this terrible, dank, and dark place. You can hear different inmates or different prisoners chatting to one another. You can see that there are multiple different cell blocks in this area where you are sanctioned off from the rest. Currently, in the cell that all of you sit in, there are the five of you. All of you can see a rather small bronze dragonborn, a teenager with this sort of stark blonde hair, a purple tiefling. You can see a water genasi, maybe in his 20s, and a halfling man, all of which seem out of place to each one of you. But then you see two people who don't seem that out of place. 3 of you know one of these individuals in particular, going by the name of Druin Lethrite, or as Desmond, Cecily, and Poe know him, the Red Skinner. Apparently a serial killer who had some plans for all of you before you got abducted, or saved, I should say, by the guards of Summer's Rest. And there's also another person who, for maybe the day, ever since they've been thrown in here, have been excruciatingly quiet. Desmond, Cecily, and Poe, you would recognize this person only by the garb they wear and the painting that they wear on their face. You know that this is one of the cultists who, or is a member of that cult that attacked you. Not the one screaming for Dragonborn blood, but the Dark Ones. So, no, it's a man, but with half of their face painted in this, like, sort of black war paint. So, the 5 of you and the other 2 sitting in chains and manacles tied up to the wall. Uncomfortable, only having been spoon-fed that terrible food, all of you feeling very, very out of place in these terrible, terrible areas. As you all are sort of sitting there, whether quietly or taunting some of the other inmates or prisoners, Druin, the Red Skinner, he looks up towards you, Ashima, and he says, as he's currently chained, hands above his head, as all of you are, says, you know, I just wanted to try halfling. Heard they were quite good.
Couldn't tell you, I'm a vegetarian.
I wonder if the same rules apply with the cows, right? Grass-fed. Better taste, right?
Well, more like, beans and lentils, mostly.
Right. And you can see him kind of lick his lips a little bit and looks back down towards his clothing and glances up at some of you as you're currently all sitting in here, chained up, hands above your head, really not that much freedom of movement. Feeling a little uncomfortable with a cultist and a serial killer in the prison cell with you. I pose the question to all of you. What would you like to do?
Swear under my breath repeatedly and engage with no one. That is my debut action. Welcome to the stage, Cecily.
So in this 7x7 cell, where all of you are cramped almost shoulder to shoulder, all of you can hear the 14, 15, maybe 16-year-old cursing constantly under her breath. There is no hiding it in these close quarters.
Are there any guards walking around near us, or is it just empty besides us?
No, there are guards making constant patrols up and down the cell blocks in groups of 4. And you can see that there may be, with the dim light given off by the torches and the torches that the guards are carrying, in this particular area, there may be 15, 16 other cell blocks aside from yours, all of which are full. It seems like you guys are in the very back corner and able to look out at the rest of the cell blocks.
I'm gonna look at Ashima and Bianca, who I don't know their names yet, but I'll say them anyway. And look to them and say, "What are you guys in for?"
I'm gonna look at Bianca.
Accidental messing with magical stuff that I didn't realize was illegal. That's about it.
Hardcore.
That summarizes it.
I mean, I didn't know enough, but I thought I knew everything. Also, and then Bianca's just going to turn as much as she can to Ashima. I'm sorry that you got into that. I feel really stupid now, and now we're chained up, and I didn't know what I was getting into, and I can't believe you got into it as well. I feel awful.
Oh, it's not so bad. I mean, this is really
bad.
Very, very, very bad. But, well, I mean, I shudder to think. I like to think that I helped out a little bit back there, and, well, I suppose that if I wasn't there, well, I don't really want to think what would have happened to you.
But it would have just been me. You didn't need to be here.
Death of one person over the discomfort of two is a fair trade.
Well, and then Bianca's gonna look to Desmond, but she doesn't know his name. Why are you here?
Yeah, tell him, Desmond. Why are you here?
I get the feeling I won't be laughing as well, will I?
We were attacked by cultists and abducted by a serial killer, and we just got kind of pushed all together in the eyes of the guards, I guess. I think he was going to eat us.
Is it visible that these three are kids and Ashima, like they look like they're kids?
Yeah, Desmond more so it's harder to tell because Dragonborns, just as a generalization, and this is kind of a thing that you know is a little taboo, but most of the time the size of a Dragonborn dictates their age, where they tend to get more bulky and larger with age. But that's also something that's kind of a taboo to say, so it's like one of those things that's like subtextual.
Okay. So, but to what Ashima and I can basically tell, it's three kids got almost eaten and were kidnapped.
Yeah, almost.
Okay.
And when you say almost ate you, he kind of chuckles. Oh no, it doesn't end with eaten. That's the last part. There's so much more that I'm really upset that you didn't get to take part in.
I'm gonna spit on him.
Oh. Oh.
Can I smack him with my tail?
Oh yeah. Oh. Descent in the ranks. It's all right. It just adds to the image as my accomplices.
Do I have
He is right.
claws as a dragonborn?
Do you have what?
Like claws?
Yeah, kinda. They're a little sharp, yeah.
Is there any way when there's between rounds of guards, can I try to pick my own chains with my claws?
You can certainly try.
If I do successful, I want to say I'm not going to take them down. I'm going to try to make it look like they're not down.
Okay. Yeah.
But
go ahead and make a dexterity check for me. Okay. So you sort of get your nail in there a little bit, and you start to dig around, and you can actually feel that, thanks to the fact that your hands are a bit smaller than a normal dragonborn, that also means that your like little talons are also a little bit sharper and thinner, and you're able to get in there a little bit, and you feel like the mechanism, and you can feel the lever, and as you go to like lift, you're pushing a little bit too hard, and then you hear a and a snap, and there's this intense shocking pain in your finger as you pull out, and one of your like little the top part of your like little talon is broken off inside the lock.
nice. Fuck. Shit.
Well, as much as I really hate to say it, our culinary-obsessed friend is correct. I think that struggling and fighting, swearing, respectively, is not really going to help us too much right now.
Never helped any of my victims, so why would it help now?
Certainly probably never heard either.
You don't look like a victim, right? Or like, we don't look like your victims, or they don't.
No, but they would have been good ones if they were. You know, actually, I really thought after seeing your display there you could have helped me out. I was being honest with my offer. I just might have taken a piece here and there, and then got bored. And then eventually, well, done my thing, but I guess we'll never see now, will we?
Thank the gods.
Yeah, I've never been more happy to be celibate and a vegetarian. Because if I wasn't before, I would be now.
And you hear him kind of like, he just like moans and groans every once in a while. He's just a really, like, on the surface, he is an attractive man. There's no denying that. But there is so much bile and just grossness buried underneath it, where there's a moment where you might look at him and be like, well, maybe there's something, and then he talks, and it's just all over. And every once in a while he'll just moan or groan or do something, and you can feel that sensation at the bottom of your spine of it just like shaking. Anytime he like lurches or comes forward a little bit, or even an exhale, just makes you incredibly uncomfortable. And eventually, over the course of maybe an hour or two, now that all of you have been talking a little bit, there is somebody who comes around, and along with their 4 guards, it's a woman who approaches your cell block in particular, and Ashima and Bianca, you two recognize this woman. She is the captain of the guard in Summer's Rest, Captain Veronica. So I'm going to show this to everyone. Wearing plate and a tabard, sword and shield, and she comes over to the 7 of you sitting in this particular cell, and she sort of gets down on one knee and looks to you, Bianca, and then looks to you, Ashima. You know, I am frankly very sad to see the 2 of you here, but we will talk about that later. I think best to talk about later. For those of you who are not familiar, it is best I explain how all of this will work. You all are currently in Cell S. This means that part of your punishment will be labor and services carried out in Summer's Rest. You all will be taken to a labor camp, and you will work until your debt is paid off, or in some terrible cases, until death. For you, looking to Druin, that is probably going to be the case. And for you as well, looking to the cultist who, it's super weird. You almost had forgotten that they were there up until Veronica had mentioned, and now looking over, you can see those, almost like their irises, this like deep golden color, just peering out of the darkness, looking at all of you, while the rest of them is sort of melded into it, and getting a little uncomfortable at that too. You two probably for a long time. The rest of you, as I said, we'll talk about it later. Now, I would like to say, looking up at the guards next to her and kind of leaning in a little closer, I'm not a huge fan of this system, but the law. So we must observe the law. Well, I'm not sure how well all of you understand that, but, you know, observe the law, and hopefully in some time you'll be paid off and it won't be a big deal. So, I figured I should tell you where you'll be stationed, where your labor camp will be. Myself and these other 4 here will be taking you as a luck of the draw for being one of the last 7 admitted into the prison. Your requisition will be filled out in the interior of Summer's Rest. So, yes, there is a man there who has need of some cleaning, and you all will be working for him, all observed by myself and the other 4 guards. You will receive your last food and drink here in about an hour, and then an hour after that you will be transported inside the mountain to perform your services. And she stands up, looking down at the rest of you. Do I make myself clear? Is that all understood correctly?
Crystal clear.
Very good. All right. Well, enjoy your last meal in the exterior of Summer's Rest. And she turns with the rest of the 4 guards, and you can see them finish out their patrol, stopping every once in a while at different cages and different cells, informing them of the same thing that she told you. And you hear other people are being sent to Bromsgrove. Some people are being sent to Rivers Pass. Lots of other places. Almost every city, some of these prisoners are being sent out to. Some are being sent to farmlands. Some are being sent out into the wilds, and you can hear those people protesting very vocally to be sent to the wilds, but with some assistance from the guards. They quiet down, and they continue with their mumbling and grumbling inside their cells. So, in that next hour, the food is dropped off, and you can tell that this one, they seem to have taken a little bit more effort in. Not much. It is 75% water, and the other 25% is maybe vegetables that were about to go bad, but not yet. There are guards who come in who kind of spoon feed you the soup, feed you the water, and you can see Druin, he does not eat any of it. As they try to feed him the vegetable soup, he sort of spits in one of the guards' face, and I would honestly rather die than eat that garbage. And the guard sort of like stomps him in the face and just kicks him several times in the stomach as he's sort of healing over, and he says, Please keep it coming. I dare you. This is the most excitement I've had since I've landed in here. And a few more punches, and then until eventually the guard sort of loses interest. Cecily, when you refuse to eat, do you also shout derogatory terms at them, or do you just...
No.
Okay.
I'm just gonna probably just turn my head and not open my mouth, just because it's so humiliating that she just is gonna refuse.
Okay, yeah. And the guard just kind of moves on past. You can see that this guard individual, there is, especially considering how young he would consider you, there's a little bit of pity, and he just doesn't say anything and moves on to the next person. The rest of you are fed, and Shima, as you are fed and you thank the guard, he sort of gives you like a very quizzical look, and he says, you're welcome. Best of luck to you, and gets up and then leaves the cell. Shut. Locked again.
Get us a bowl.
And there's some time here. I don't know if any of you want to challenge anyone or get into any arguments, but we'll say
I challenge. Oh, damn it!
No, go for it.
I'm going to challenge Poe to a pull-up contest.
How?
'Cause we're tied up, right? I just want to challenge him to a pull-up contest.
I do not want to do pull-ups.
Well, fuck you. And then I'm gonna look at Ashima. How about you?
Sure.
Yeah. All the gold in my wallet, I can do more than yours.
Oh, I don't have any gold, but if you win, you'll feel better.
Deal.
Okay.
Okay, I'd like both of you
Fucking
to make
idiots. Bunch of fucking idiots.
I'd like both of you to make either an athletics or an acrobatics check. Well, no, just athletics.
Ah, damn it.
Ah, my bad. Yeah. So
Can I use the acrobatics instead?
let's see. What was the roll? The roll was 13. All right. Yeah. We'll do that. It's only fair. Okay. So 13 plus 2. Okay. So there is a moment, Ashima, where you're just kind of like pulling up, and you're trying your best, and you can see this Dragonborn just kind of like he struggles a little bit, and then he sees how easily you're doing it, and he just nope, fuck that, and he just pulls so hard. And Desmond, there's a moment where you can feel like your shoulder blade about to like pop loose, and you're like, nope, I'm just gonna muscle through the pain. I gotta beat him. And eventually, Ashima, you just get tired, and you see no reason to push yourself any harder than normal, and so you just relax. And then Desmond, you got at least 15 or 20 more pull-ups than him. You went a little after he quit too, just to show him up.
Ha! I knew I could do it.
Good work.
Thanks. You too. Say, what's your name anyway?
Well, I'm Ashima.
Ashima. And you? Purple one?
Bianca.
And you? And I'm gonna point to the cultist.
So as you point and he looks up to you, and just cocks his head a little bit. I am Taku. And he just stares at you.
I'm gonna stare back, and I'm not gonna blink.
He blinks.
I tick off a box inside my mind that I won that challenge.
And he just keeps staring.
I'm gonna keep staring too. I'm not gonna look away until he does.
He
I'm very invested.
He doesn't. Until somebody else says something to him, he just...
Yeah. I think Cecily is going to start looking like at Desmond and then at Daku and then back at Desmond and back at Daku and just get more angry every time that this is still happening. But I don't know if she's going to do anything. I think she's just incredibly frustrated. If I can reach Desmond with my foot, I might kick him in the ass, but like...
Well, Cecily, you are actually sitting right next to Daku. So we're like, if it's like a corner, corner of the room, Daku is on this corner and you are on this corner. So your guys' like ankles are really close to touching. And as you're like looking back and forth and that anger is starting to seethe, there's that moment, right, that everybody has when they're really angry about something and they're like on the verge of saying something, and you can feel those words at the back of your throat. Right when you're maybe about to open your mouth, but then reconsidering it, Daku looks at you. Is there something you'd like to say?
No, I don't think I ever want to fucking speak again now. Thanks.
You can if you'd like.
Nah, you don't have to.
Thanks, Desmond.
You're welcome,
Oh my
Cecily.
god. You're the best fucking person I've ever met. You're so amazing, Desmond. I love you so much.
Oh,
Why?
I wish I could say the same.
Why do you lie?
Why do you fucking look like that, idiot?
You can't
I
just ask why
serve-
somebody looks like something.
I serve
I
the
really
Dark
think
One.
you can.
It is an honor for me to look like this. I answered your question. Now you answer mine. Why did you lie?
Okay.
Okay.
I think, I think I should just make it clear to everybody in this room so that this doesn't happen again. That I have no interest in talking to any of you at all. So, and stop fucking looking at me now.
If you wish. And then like pulling a tentacle and like each one of those suction cup pops. That's what the him looking away from you feels like. Every once in a while there's a until eventually he's disconnected from you and then just looks back down at the ground. Aimless and lost. And in that 2 hours of uncomfortableness, eventually the guards return with Captain Veronica, and the gate is unlocked. Each one of you are led. You're unhooked from your position and manacled together, almost in like a chain gang type of fashion. And you are led out of the cell block area and into almost what seems like a loading dock, where there are different covered wagons here. And the Veronica and the 4 different guards, they lead you to one. They assist you in, and then there are 2 guards that sit in the back with you. The other 2 and Veronica head up to the front, and as all of you are seated, manacles and chains tied to one another, you can feel the back of the this like very thick burlap shut as you are completely trapped in shadow and darkness. Like, for those of you that do have dark vision, you can see just fine. I mean, it's like blurry black and white, but you can still see. But for those of you who cannot, it is absolute darkness in here, and you are just riding along. Every once in a while you hit a rock or a bump, and you end up ticking up and shakes you a little bit, and you can feel your stomach get a little unsettled, not really having any sense of direction of where you're going. You can hear people laughing, singing, performing. You can hear birds chirping, water running. You know you're still outside, and then the cart stops, and all of you can feel yourself shake. And then you hear the grinding of metal on stone, that sound of a gate opening. And then with another whinny from the horse that is carrying the cart, you begin to move again. And then the sounds of laughter and music begin to fade away. Sound of birds and water rushing leave as well. And then you are just confronted by the sounds of echoing shouts of people yelling different items or amounts of money or gems. Or you also hear the echoing sound of hammer impacting steel, or a pickaxe hitting stone, just all around you. Lively, but in a different nature. But the most unsettling part is, for most of you, you can't even see 2 feet in front of you, let alone outside of the thick burlap that is covering the cart. And eventually you get from the gate, and you're riding for maybe 20-25 minutes, and in that course, Bianca, you're currently set next to Druin, and every once in a while he sort of like leans closer to you. So, what do you say we hatch a plan, huh?
No.
No, I think it's a really good idea. Because listen, I was listening, and I have a pretty good read on people. You have an affinity for some type of magic, right?
And you're fucking disgusting.
It's part of my charm.
It's not charming.
See, this is what I'm talking about. This is why this would work. Because you see,
I
you
think
do
you're an
whatever-
idiot.
All right. Fine. It's okay. Guess I'll just do it alone then. And he just goes back to sitting straight up, waiting. Desmond, you're currently set next to Daku. And he, without leaning, without any consciousness to the guards that are in there, or how close in proximity you are to everyone, he'll say, "Why did you challenge the small one?"
To see if I could win.
For what purpose?
Personal satisfaction, I guess. Why are you asking all these questions?
I think people are interesting.
What makes you interesting?
Oh, I am not interesting. I serve, and that is it.
What do you serve?
I serve the darkness. I serve... I serve whoever needs me.
How do you know who needs you?
I can tell. They have darkness in them, and they do the bidding of the darkness. It is a
Do
gift I am given.
Does anyone here need your help?
Maybe. It will just depend. And the gaze breaks from you and looks back down at the ground. And at about that point, the cart stops. And you can hear the horse whinny. And you can feel people getting off of the cart, and you can hear them walking around and opening the burlap behind you. And you anticipate a flood of light, just anything. But it's just darkness. And as all of you are kind of handled out of the cart, not really being able to move of your own volition, there are burlap sacks that are placed over your head. And you all are just kind of guided and moved through. I don't really know. You can hear what sounds like a gate creaking open, that sound. And you can tell that you're walking on some type of maybe cobbled stone or smooth stone. You know it's a hard material, as you can hear the scuffs of metal on it. And eventually you hear the gate close behind you, and you are just moving slowly. And you can hear another door open, a much harder wooden door. And you can hear a man's voice say, "I am very glad that you all have finally made it. Please, bring them in, bring them in." And you can hear Veronica say, "It is good to see you, Boria. I hope everything has been treating you well, and none of this is, well, I hope it's not too bad why you at these called here." And he goes, No, it's really not bad at all. Don't. It's just not something I can handle myself. and you can hear the very slow, scuffing footsteps, not being all the way lifted up off the ground. And then eventually the door is shut behind all of you, and the burlap sacks are removed. And you can see a modest but quite nicely decorated house. You can see that it's maybe from where you're at 2 stories. You can see a staircase going up, but you can also see a staircase going down from where you're at in the sort of central foyer area. And you see this very, very short, very old dwarvish man, who all of you can assume is Boria, Skilt Graver. The dwarvish man turns to the 7 of you standing there, currently in standing chained up, and he says, "So, the thing I needed is, Veronica, I put it in the order, but I'm currently having some issues with something in the basement. I'm not exactly sure what it is. I don't head down there too much anymore. Yeah, so I was hoping to have a few individuals go down and look at that. And then, my kitchen also needs cleaned. So I was hoping to have a few people do that as well." And Veronica looks at him a little interested and a little confused. Says, "It's Boria, but you understand how much hiring, especially for something as minimal as this, that this would cost you?" He says, "I did it. I don't know it's in the basement. It might be something dangerous. I figured convicts was best way to do it." And she says, "Yes, but they're... you could have just called the guard? No, that maybe would have been... I think that for me it... there's a certain brutality to individual..." Well, and he sort of looks at all of you. Maybe not with this group, I suppose, but... sometimes it helps send message if there is something down there and they see someone get really pulverized. It might help a little bit in preventing any type of vermin or anything like that from coming back. And Veronica just sort of, all right, well, I suppose. So we'll do this then. You 5, pointing to the 5 of you, will be coming with me to the basement to deal with whatever down there. Any items or weapons you had on you, we've brought with us, so you'll be able to have those down there. And you 2, I do not particularly trust with anything, so your items will be brush and sponge. I hope that is fine. And the sections are split off where the 5 of you are still chained together, and then the 2 of them are chained together, and Veronica says, "Listen, you 4 stay with those 2. I have a feeling they are, rambunctious, to say the least. I will stay with these 5. I have funny feeling I will run into no problems with them. I just listen for the call, and then if you hear it, then you know something is up. I'm sure that I will be fine though. So, come on," and pointing to the 5 of you, "your basement is right around here, yes, Boria?" He says, "Yes, the basement is right around the corner there. You head down. There are 2 different ones. Make sure it is the deeper one, not the one on the first level." Very good, thank you. And So, Veronica takes all of you right around the corner.
Right around the corner.
Figure it out real quick. This stuff.
Oh no.
Mm. That doesn't seem good.
I know. Maybe here. Wait. Preset. What? Reconnect all. Let me see. Did that? Okay. Yeah, that did nothing.
All right, he just sent me Brave.
We tried Opera.
Oh wait, Evan, try just doing like the audio, not the visual stuff. That might work. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear us. So I'm gonna type that.
Yeah.
Evan, say something if you can hear us.
Hell yeah.
While we're also stopped, Desmond would like on our way to the basement to keep a keen eye out for trinkets or other shiny things.
Oh, yeah. No perception check needed. There is so much. Whether it be like idols from faraway lands, gold, bracelets, necklaces, rings, they're just kind of strewn all about on different tables and countertops. He seems really bad at cleaning.
Do I have pockets currently?
Yeah, all of you right now are currently still in the same thing you were wearing beforehand. You're just like, right now you're manacled and chained.
Is there anything that really particularly catches my eye?
I mean,
I don't care for like if it's valuable or not, but anything that's just interesting or shiny, or I'm a dragon, so I like my things. So
yeah, so for that, go ahead and make a perception check.
okay.
Hey, Evan, did it work? Okay.
Okay. So you can see several like very valuable things, but in terms of like knick-knacky, interesting things, there is a couple things in particular that catch her eye. You see a like small bronze figure, maybe about that big, almost like action figure size, that looks to be like a humanoid, but with this huge owl head. Like not like normal size, like not normal sized head, but huge, like over the shoulders. And then you also see a what looks to be like a spyglass, but it has a green tinted lens on it.
How big is that one?
Huh?
How big is the spyglass?
Well, the spyglass right now is maybe about that big, but you can infer that it would pull out.
We're not in chains anymore, are we?
Right now, you still are.
We still are. Okay.
We're more like a chain gang, or
You're still chain gang right now.
Okay. I'm just gonna put those two items in the back of my mind and come back to them later, maybe.
Okay, cool. So as you all make your way to the steps leading down, Veronica is going to start to unchain the five of you. Chains dropping down to the floor, and she's gonna lean in a little bit, and she's gonna say, "We'll talk about it after you finish what is down here, but I have a good feeling about your current situation. But for the due process of the law, you do have to do this one thing. But after you finish it, I will explain a little more about what is happening with your situation. Does that make sense? I just wanted to be away from the rest of the guards."
Yeah.
Yes? Good. All right. So, like I said, if you head straight down there, as Zoya said, you should find the basement that you are looking for.
Should we just reconnect?
Yeah. So, no, there's nothing. Okay. So, that did not work. So, all of you are unchained, chain strapped to the ground. She says that she takes time to give each one of you your weapons or items back, whatever you need, and then you begin your march down the stairs. And we'll go ahead and take a break right there, just so that way maybe we can figure out Evan's situation. We are gonna break. So you have time to try stuff.
Yeah, I have everybody, I think.
Stress.
Yeah, Mark, are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm hanging.
Sweet.
Okay.
Hello?
Hey, audio, nice.
It may freeze.
All
Is that
right.
Evan?
I fixed the audio issue. That's the first problem.
Hey.
But when you guys started reconnecting, it worked. It was just my mic stopped working.
Oh,
You're good.
Yeah, I was just sitting here. I went to grab my drink. I sit down. I'm like, yeah, playing D&D. Got a drink, and then everything just shuts off, and I'm like, what?
yeah. Roll20 is good like that sometimes. It really is just so intuitive and just flawless that, sometimes you just...
Well, yay, you're back.
Yep. Hello, everybody.
I just want to point out that it's really funny that Joe went, it's really intuitive and flawless, and sometimes it just, and then nothing else happened.
Yeah. So what did I miss? Because when I left, we were sitting in the jail cell.
Oh, no! It's okay. It wasn't a lot.
And it's recorded.
It is recorded, yeah. To give you the spark notes, you went from the cart, or from the cell to a cart. The cart was also blacked out, couldn't really see anything. Then from the cart, you ended up exiting. It was still dark. Then burlap sacks were put over your heads, and then you were escorted into a building of some kind. It was definitely like an estate or a manor, which is where the art is depicting right now. And there was this really old, really decrepit dwarf man who was really slow. He kind of had like a Yiddish thing going on where he kind of sounded like Tevye from Fiddler on the Roof. And he was like, I wanted to hire convicts because there's something in my basement and I just want it to be brutalized so that way nothing else comes back. And the captain of the guard was like, okay. But his kitchen also needed cleaned. So the 5 of you, because you seemed less dangerous, are going to be given your weapons and items to go kill what's ever in the basement. Or talk to it. I don't know. It could be anything.
So we have all of our items?
Yeah, you're going to have all of your items. They were confiscated, but they're going to be given back to you when you head down. But the serial killer and the cultist are being sent to clean his kitchen.
They're with us?
Yeah, they're with you. Yeah, because everyone in that cell is taken. That was the other thing that Veronica, the captain of the guard, explained, is each cell is sent to go do a different thing. So certain cells are sent to the wilds to, harvest lumber, or they're sent to Water's Wake, or River's Pass, or any of the cities in Baklara for this like manual labor and services thing.
I like that.
So all of you were sent to the interior of Summer's Rest to do this thing for this dwarvish guy. Because, they're very anti-death penalty. Because that's free labor.
Right.
Oh yeah, money.
Yep.
Also, Mark's back.
Mark is back.
With no delay.
Have you ever played Outer Worlds?
Yes, I have actually.
Yeah, I just switched browsers real quick.
Everybody's property.
Exactly. Your corporation is your family.
God, the quest where they cover up the person's suicide so that they don't get charged for him killing
I know,
himself.
isn't that messed up? See, that's what I do like Outer Worlds because of that world building. Like, they stayed loyal through it all the way down.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all the way down. It was great. I loved I mean, it's effed up, but like it was great because it was effed up, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, when
That's
you
maybe
commit
not the
to
right
it,
thing to
it adds
say.
to it.
Yeah, I think it has a little bit more character than, and no one kill me for saying this, because I mean, arguably the game is good. It could be bigger, but the theme.
Agreed.
I think the theme is quite a bit more vibrant and full of character compared to Fallout.
I think it depends on the Fallout.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I definitely enjoyed. I don't know. It's hard for me because like sci-fi and post-apocalyptic games are they're harder for me to get into because I'm such a slut for fantasy.
Same.
But yeah, I think that I had liked Outer Worlds more than New Vegas, and I liked it more than any of the other Fallout games. That's like default. That is
Joe.
what
What is your address in the region right now?
2030. Wait a second. I'm still recording. Let me.
Well, yeah. Say it out loud because I'm gonna come up and kill you right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
I played all of Outer Worlds solely with a weapon because I wanted to be a damn space knight, and I was. And I was going to be an honorable one too. See, I play those games very chaotically. Like I go full chaotic, and then I end up going chaotic evil. It's either I'm chaotic good or I'm chaotic evil, because I have to stay chaotic. Don't even ask about my Mountain Blade game. That's very
yeah.
Dude, Bannerlord. Oh, I have a huge fucking story that I'm really passionate about because it really pisses me off. Anyways, on Bannerlord, I killed all my enemies, every single one.
Just execute them all.
All their entire family, the entire North is dead. Okay. So with Outer Worlds, I went weapons only, like melee weapons only, no guns. I have not used a single gun in Outer Worlds. And just recently, someone made me really mad, and just people are dying, you know?
Also, I apologize if there are barking dogs ever, because the dogs here just bark.
Same.
Okay.
So just to be fully caught up, when you guys went to break, are we about to go downstairs to fight, or?
Yeah, to deal with whatever is in the basement.
Okay.
We could talk to it though.
You could.
I hope
yeah.
no one's concerned about the serial killer in the kitchen with all the knives.
Completely.
That now.
Oh, but he's got 4 guards.
Can I, real quick, just see if I have delay again?
Yeah, you
good?
just talked.
Yeah, what do you want us to do?
Well, I mean, just like if I'm able to hold a conversation with you, I don't. That's
Okay.
basically
Okay.
the test.
Well, how was
Which
your
I
interview,
can.
Mark?
You're responding. My interview at Domino's was not an interview. They asked me when I would like to start.
Fantastic.
It was very immediate. Well, no, because I also have Panera Bread asking me when I should start.
Oh.
And I just went ahead and told both places that I know, right? There's 2 fast food chains that are vying for my incredible skills. I'm the most employable man in the United States. But no, I told both of the jobs that I have another interview tomorrow and I need to come to a decision, even though no, it's not true, just because it seemed the more tact thing, you know? Because otherwise today they would have been like, when do you want to start? And I'm like, well, I could just start at Panera, so I don't know. You know, like doesn't seem polite. But I told the guy I'm applying to be a delivery driver at both those places. And he told me the rates and everything. And then I told him I have an interview at Panera tomorrow. And he was like, listen, man, you're part of a group of 7. I was just going to hire all of you. You can just go work at Panera. And I was like, really? You're not really selling Domino's here. He's like, oh, you're going to make more money at Panera.
Gee, well, you know,
Also,
Dude
if
has
it was,
your back,
I was like,
Mark. Dude
well-
has your back.
if I had to choose between my car always smelling like pizza or always smelling like bread, I would choose it to always smell like
Yeah.
bread because
I-
pizza would get
same.
old real quick.
My car
That
smelled
is
like
true.
crappy pizza for like 3 months because of a stupid RA program I did.
When I worked
Dang.
at Pita Pit, I smelled like Pita Pit. My car smelled like Pita Pit for a while. And then when I worked at Five Guys, every day I came home smelling like tears, sweat, and peanut oil. It was
Oh,
real, like,
God. Yeah,
it
you
was
did.
bad. It was bad.
Yeah, out of the two, it sounds like Pita Pit was better.
It was. It was also just a
I would
better
like to-
job.
Well, and that's the thing is like,
Kalasha?
I think it takes any good concept down a few letters.
Yeah, 60 feet.
I do.
Yeah, 60 feet.
Nice.
Sweet. I do. I'm gonna add that to remember.
Alrighty. So now, Bianca, you should be able to see some of the map.
Wow.
Oh wait.
Okay. Does anybody else have dark vision? Why is that weird like that?
I don't believe Dragonborns do.
I don't think water genasi.
Oh. Okay. Bye, everyone. That's good. That's good. Yep, keep it coming. Come on, get in here. Come on. Bring it back in. Hell yeah. It's so funny.
Holy yeah!
All right, here we go.
It was. Yeah, we couldn't see or hear each other. It's too dark.
Yeah. What is going? Why do all of you have like
Yeah.
a triangle
Yeah.
with an exclamation mark?
I got that too. I thought you were putting me in like a private chat thing or something.
I thought so too. I was like, "Whoa, something's
All
happening."
right, am I back? Am
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hear Mark, I hear Felicity, I
All
hear
right,
Connor.
cool.
everybody.
That was-
Yay.
Yes, I hear Cameron.
I do not.
Hold on.
Okay. In order to get rid of the
Joe
exclamation
here?
mark triangle, you need to refresh your page.
I don't see Joe now.
I can only hear Mark at the moment.
Oh my god.
This is the fucking
This is
best.
the real
Everyone-
walk battle.
3, 2, 1, reconnect.
All right,
everyone
got-
at the same time.
Wait, no, I have everyone. Don't do it.
Oh wait,
I don't have.
I don't have
Felicity
everyone.
Or Joe.
All right, now everyone do it.
Wait.
oh hey, there's Joe.
There's Joe.
Why?
Hello. Hi.
Okay, all right, I hear Joe.
Yep.
Okay, we're like actually we're in the dark. This
Joe
is
and Connor are
because-
the only people I have currently.
We just all of
I
us.
got it.
just
Yay.
felt-
Okay.
Okay, I
I'm
have
just waiting on
Felicity.
Mark.
I have
All right, do
Joe,
I-
Cameron,
Connor.
Mark, and Felicity.
I'm waiting on Mark, but there's a little.
Evan, are you
All right.
here?
I'm
am
here.
Oh,
I hear
okay.
everybody.
Mark,
I
are
have
you here?
Hey,
everyone.
everyone.
Yes.
Yes.
Got
Mark,
everyone.
you-
Mark,
Mark, I don't hear Mark. if he's
Mark,
alive.
Mark was talking.
Okay, I
Yeah.
don't hear him.
You
But,
might need to reconnect.
Can we not hear me now? Am I not?
I can
I
hear
hear
you.
you. You're fine.
Okay.
We'll just
Alright.
we'll go take this out and post.
Joe, Connor,
Hello.
Everyone is a-okay.
Evan.
Yep.
Felicity,
Yes. Hi.
Mark, it still says got the swirly thing going for me.
He'll probably pop up though.
Mark, are you here?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I'm good now.
Woo!
Alrighty, and
I
everybody.
feel
can-
like we just actually like our characters are in the dark and we're in the dark. Like we're fumbling
That's
around.
canon.
We're like, are you here? Are you? Oh God! Oh God! Where's Joe? Where's Joe?
I kind of wish we had chains on. We knew who was next to each other.
Okay, why is the map like tinted that weird color? Ugh. Weird. All right. Can everyone see now?
Yes.
Yeah, I can see the map.
Okay. So, before you head down the stairs, Veronica hands Poe a torch and says, "It's probably going to be dark down there. Take this, that way everybody can see." And so, Poe, you have a torch.
Good.
You're holding it. That's how everybody can see right now. Okay, so you all begin to make your way down the stairs, and there's a little bit of light bleeding in from behind you, but eventually it's only little bits of light as the door is eventually shut behind you as the 5 of you are sent down in the basement by yourselves. So you should have free range of your tokens, but be mindful you have to stay within a certain distance of Evan, within Poe in order to be able to see.
Okay. Cecily, Desmond,
Yes.
I have the torch. You follow me and do what I say.
Okay, you fucking guidance counselor. Jeez.
Was this a problem in the past?
What's a guidance counselor?
You don't want to know.
I believe you.
Bianca, Ishima, I want to apologize in advance if anything goes wrong. Just I'm sorry.
This isn't your fault.
Well,
We're all here doing the same thing. You're good.
Well, we're with 2 specific individuals who managed to get me from Waters Wake 2 days ago to, or insert however much time we were in Waters Wake, to a jail cell. So if we do end up in a jail cell again.
Yeah, no, because it's all just going wrong for you, Poe. Yeah, no, it's just it's all about how you've been inconvenienced by recent events.
Everyone,
You
I'm
know what?
stopping this now.
It is
Nope,
happening
nope.
to me. It
Poe,
is.
stop. Okay, I'm stopping this now. You're just holding the torch. You're not a leader. I'm the leader now. We're just gonna go look and find this thing in quiet. And if anyone talks, I'm not sure what I'll do, but I'll figure it out. Now let's go.
Alrighty. Torch taken away from Poe. Give it to Bianca.
Yep, now I have it. I guess.
Formation change.
Fucking.
Wait, what in the hell is happening? Is your guys' map weird right now?
Yes, no, it's not. It's actually pretty nice. We keep moving closer, and as we move closer, it gets lighter.
Ooh, yeah, it's fun.
It's not.
That's really neat.
Hey, B, I know I'm not supposed to talk, but, it's a great.
Yeah.
And I know they're normally supposed to be open, but I don't think they're supposed to be open like that.
Okay.
No.
Thank you. Let me go ahead and... Sorry, my map, everything is being really weird. Oh, of course, I refreshed my page, so now you all can't hear me. Okay. Hello? Why?
Joe.
Why is this happening? Why is the map
Joe.
doing this? Hello?
Where did you go?
He's here.
I'm right
I
here.
see him.
He's back.
I'm right here. I don't know what is happening on my... This is so fucking weird. All right, here's what I'm gonna do. See, this is real D&D. All right. I'm gonna turn off dynamic lighting. So granted, now everybody should be able to see all of the map. That's fine. It's not that big of a deal. It's not that deep. All right.
Ashima's gonna go over here and he's gonna pick up a little piece of wood and wrap it in some cloth, and now we have 2 torches, so there's more visibility.
Well, real quick, let me... Let's back up a few seconds. So, as all of you are making your way down, yes, you can see that this is a fairly large basement with 3 different enclosed areas. There are 4 pillars set up equidistant from one another, seemingly supporting this basement, and then there is a grate at the very middle of the room that is sort of in this like downward slope, where it seems like any water that might seep in from the walls or anything like that can be drained out through here. But currently, this grate is busted, tore open. And as you're looking around, just sort of holding the torchlight up, there's so much shadow in this area where the corners, they seem to be almost like as if there were like blankets of shadow, where you have to really get the torch pretty close to it for the shadow to dissipate and fade away. And Ashima, as you head from the rest of the group and you go to grab some type of piece of wood broken off from this table, it's sort of toppled over, shadow clinging to it. As you reach down for a piece of wood that you can see, you can hear this hissing noise, this and as you look up, or you look down and you like look through the shadows, you can see this pale, sticky, giant, hairless mole rat that is clinging out of the shadows and like now lunging towards you with these two sharp teeth that are going down to pierce in your skin. So, real quick with that, wrong button, I would like everyone to roll for initiative.
Against a mole rat.
Oh, not just one, because as that one unleashes that devilish scream, you can hear more joining in the chorus.
Great.
Of these terrible, terrible creatures.
You see, I know that I learned this before.
You click on your token, and then on your character sheet, you click initiative.
Whoops.
It's okay. It's a learning experience.
Come on, I'm always low.
You and me both.
The last will be first.
Yeah, Shima doesn't really want to fight this thing. It looks very cute.
I guess not. God.
Oh
kinda bad.
my gosh.
Bandit, giant rat. It's that thing! Ew!
Yeah. I'll never look at that the same.
Okay.
God.
So, alrighty. There we go. Ooh, refresh. No, not refresh. No, don't clear the turn order. No. Alright, we're good. So, sort by descending. Alrighty. Hey, that's not. Alrighty. What's there? What? Why is Bandit on there?
I know, I was like, Bandit? One of them's got a name.
That doesn't make it.
He has like a discoloration in his eyes, like a raccoon.
He looks like a raccoon.
Yeah. All right, there we go. So now turn order sorted. Ashima, as you are like reaching down and grabbing the wood, the giant naked mole rat lunges out at you to bite. Da-da-da. And we'll see with that bite. That is a 12 to hit. Does that hit? No. It lunges out to bite, and you lurch back, and you're like, oh, ah! Like shouting out, sort of going into that defensive position, knocking its head out of the way, preventing it from biting you. So with that, we will go ahead and jump on the initiative. And first up, we have this one over here, who is clinging like... Poe, as you're sort of looking around the corner, you can see it like clinging to the wall, or clinging to the pillar, and it just sort of like unfurls off and then runs around back behind you, and it's going to go ahead and make a bite at you. That is a 13 to hit. That does not hit because your AC
it does not.
15.
It does not.
So it lunges up at you, it goes to bite, and it just misses. You're able to sort of kick it out of the way, and you're kind of grossed out. It's just so flabby but muscular. It's the most gross thing.
Do I know what these are?
Yeah, you know what naked mole rats are, but giant ones are even worse. They're maybe about the size of like a, I don't know, like a Rottweiler.
What?
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, so they're huge. Like
You guys are not going to believe what I just saw.
I think I will.
So with that, we come to Cecily. You can see
Okay.
one peeking out around the corner as those like beady little eye or beady big eyes are curling around like hissing at
Alrighty.
you.
Well, that one in particular, then I'm gonna like scan the room and see that one in yellow. Fuck! And I'm just going to instinctually, without meaning to, puff poison spray at it. So, because that's how Cecily works at level 1. So I'm gonna. The mole rat needs to make a con save. The one right to the left of me, right
Okay.
there.
Con save. Boom. It's a 15.
Cool. Not a thing happens. And then yep. Cantrips are awesome. So I'm gonna. I guess. Let's see here. Well, I don't have any bonus action abilities because I suck. So I think I'm gonna. Level 1. I'm gonna. Honestly. As much as I'm not a fan of anybody here, I'm gonna just move into this cluster, like right there, and just surround myself with people whose turn is coming up.
Okay.
That's the best thing she can do. So I think she'll just puff poison out of her hand and then just like dive between Bianca and Desmond and then get up against that wall right there.
Okay, yeah. So more of like less of a puff and more of a sputter. The poison kind of shoots out, and you can see the giant naked mole rat just sort of like dodge out of the way, and any of that poison that gets near its face, you can see it just sort of move out of the way or just like blow air out of its mouth or nostrils, and it just the smoke or the poison dissipates. And seeing that, you're and you dive right in between Bianca and Desmond, and the two of you can feel her sort of like almost like shoulder check you almost as she dives in between the two of you and slams her back up against the wall, looking at the one that she just sprayed poison at. And then Cecily, as you look to your right, you can see another one that just almost bit Poe, very, very close to you. Okay. So then we come to this one, who now, Ashima is going to go ahead and take another bite at you. So
I have 17 AC.
17 AC. That is exactly what it rolled. So that is a whopping 3 points of piercing damage. As the giant naked mole rat like scurries to your side, and then like it doesn't really even have any other teeth aside from these two sharp like front teeth that pierces down into your skin and just tears part of it, and you sort of have to lurch back as the blood begins to pour out of your forearm. And that is the end of its turn. So then we come to Desmond.
You guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, kinda.
Okay. I'm on a different laptop now. I don't know where that is, but whatever. You guys can hear me okay?
You are really quiet. I can hear you, but it's just real quiet.
How can I fix that to be better?
Holding the mic closer? I don't know if there's a way to edit.
I think it's using the laptop's mic and not the mic on my headphones.
Shoot.
So you can. No, never mind.
Maybe go to the settings cog and then scroll down and see if you can change the audio input source.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. You're very quiet.
Oh yeah, you're even more quiet. I don't know.
How about now?
Still quiet.
Damn it.
Oh, that was better.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, I heard
Do I
that.
just need to project?
Yeah, you
Is
might just
better?
need to kind of yell.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay. So I am going to, Oh, it's not letting me move my guy.
What? It should.
Laptops suck, yo. Well.
Can you ping?
He pinged, I thought.
Did I ping? Is this me? I can't see a ping.
Oh no, that was me. Sorry, I said can you ping, and then I pinged.
I'm on select mode, but it's not letting me select things.
Okay,
Wait.
let me try and delete your token, and let me try.
Wait, I think I
and-
just pinged.
Oh, okay. Let me.
Do you guys see a ping?
Yes.
Okay. Is like in this area, is that, can I see, are these like walls that go all the way up to the ceiling?
Yes, they are.
Okay. Well, I am going to, you pull out my, handy dandy, slingshot, take a
Nice.
shot at this boyo over here.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to, sorry. I'm just trying to remember how to play as a rogue. Can I move over, like, here-ish, and then take a shot at the one next to Ashima?
Yeah, you said, like, move here-ish?
Yeah, and then if I can get the one next to Ashima, and then I get advantage because it's in combat with my ally, right?
No, you get sneak attack because it's in
Okay.
combat with your ally, yeah.
Okay, that's what I'll do.
Okay,
And
alright.
I'll take a shot at that one.
Roll for an attack. Aim it up. Slingshot it up.
Alrighty. I'm sorry, guys, about all this technical bullshit.
You're good.
No, it's okay.
It's been everybody, not just you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, hey, on the up and up, that does hit, so roll for damage.
Sweet.
Ooh.
With your
Okay.
sneak attack.
And then is there like a do I toggle something for sneak attack on roll 20?
Ooh, there should
Oh,
be.
I see.
Okay,
I found it.
nice. And that, that is 8 points of damage. Boom. Pull the
Heyo.
slingshot back, fling it, and it hits the naked mole rat right in the neck. And just, and you see it kind of go
Yeah.
limp. And Ashimi, you can hear like a puncture and then like a bone snap. And then the naked mole rat just goes limp on the ground. Alrighty. Anything else, Desmond?
Okay, and then I would like to start making my way with as much movement as I can back in this direction.
Okay. So,
Oh wait, I can move my guy now. Okay, how much more do I have?
you have 20 more feet.
Okay. So like here-ish
Yeah.
or here? Okay.
Alrighty. So that is
Okay,
it.
sweet. And that's the end of my turn.
Alright, that's it for Desmond. And now we come to Bianca.
Okay, so I'm gonna be nice and simple. I'm gonna run up to this rat and I'm gonna take out my new short sword and attack.
Hell yeah. Alright, go ahead and roll your attack.
Boom. It's that.
Oh,
Not good.
that, yeah. So you bob and weave and you go to thrust the short sword into the naked mole rat, and it's a lot quicker. You assumed it being so big that it would be slow, but no, it really is like a dog in terms of its agility, where it's just able to hop out of the way and then move back into place before you're able to successfully make contact.
And then she's just gonna be shocked standing there, like, not sure how to grasp that moment. And that is my turn.
Okay, so then we come to this one over here, who is going to make their way around the grate to flank you
Oh no,
back to back.
that's not good.
And then they get pack tactics, so has advantage on the attack against you. Alright, so that is a 19 to hit,
Well, geez. Yeah.
and that is 6 points of piercing damage.
Okay. Well, that's fine. I'm only at half my damage now. I mean, hit points.
Okay, give me 1 second here, because apparently I've got, like, strobe lights going on right now. Oh, that's so bright. Sorry, okay.
Oh, real quick, Joe.
Oh, yeah.
Did they give back armor?
Yeah, they
Or
did.
just weapons? Okay. It doesn't matter for that hit because I wouldn't have had 19, but I just had my armor unequipped, so I'm going to fix that.
Oh, yeah. You were given back all of your possessions, so any items that you had are with you right now.
Cool.
Okay, so then we have the end of their turn, and then we have the one who was in front of you is going to now attack you with pack tactics, Bianca.
Oh, jeez.
I'm not.
That's an 11.
Whoa!
Oh, yay! Doesn't hit.
Oh, never mind.
I'm good.
All right, you're good. Okay, so then that that is the end of its turn, and then we have this one back here who is going to run up to you, Poe.
Oh no.
And we'll have pack tactics because they have an ally within 5 feet. So it's 2 bite. Oh my god, that's a 9? That's a miss. Yeah, alrighty. So that is the end of its turn, and then Ashima.
Alright, I'm gonna run in to help Bianca from behind.
Nice.
And your homebrew rules say get a d6 to the attack roll.
Correct, you do.
Alright, cool. Alright, so I'm gonna do 2 unarmed strikes, just kind of like going to hit it from behind.
Hell yeah.
Couple of...
Oh my god, what is up with you and these natural
Alright, so
20s?
once again, we're just gonna make this canon. Ashima like kind of glazes over and like with the nimbleness of martial arts master, like floats over to the Morad.
Oh god.
His tattoos start glowing. Whole shebang.
Alright, go ahead and roll your ridiculous damage. Oh wait, you get a second attack though. If this one's a natural 20, I know that you're cheating.
No, I'll roll damage first.
Okay. Well, the second attack doesn't matter because you like float over, nimble and accurate. You run up behind it, and with one well-placed chop in the neck, you can see it just kind of bend around your hand as you withdraw, and it just goes limp.
20, 25, yeah, alright. Then I'm gonna go 20, 25. And I'm gonna use my bonus action to
Okay.
do like a palm strike on this one's face.
Alright, sounds good.
This is okay. If this one is a 20, again.
Okay. 16. That's still a hit.
Thank goodness.
And that is, well, believe it or not, Ashima. You go from one karate chopping it and then running around Bianca, and with the open palm, you smack into the side of its stomach, and you, once again, channeling this whatever is inside of you, you make like 2 taps on it, and you feel a number of bones break in those 2 taps, and it just sort of and falls flat after wincing in pain, dead. You monster.
Sorry.
Alrighty. Anything else?
Sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
That's okay.
Oh god, so much text.
That's okay. Alrighty. Ashima, this one is going to run up behind you, seeing you decimate its friends.
Naturally.
And is going to go ahead and make a bite against you. That is a... Fuck, that's a 9? Dude. Get good, scrub. Okay, so you like open palm that one, break some of the bones, and then as you turn around, you can see it like barreling towards you, running so fast, and kind of that thing where fat cats, where their like bellies swing underneath them, as as the naked mole rat is running towards you, it's doing that same thing and tries to like lunge and bite, but you just jump out of the way as it slams past you, or slides past you, and then eventually recoils so it's right in front of you, dodging the attack. Good job, Ashima. So, now we come to Poe. What are you doing, Poe?
Well, I just got 2 rats on top of me. I'm a little overwhelmed, but it's okay. I'm going to clumsily unsheath my sword, and I'm going to bring it down like I would a hammer. And so, my longsword, 1 second. It's going to be like a...
All right, cool. That is a hit. Which one were you attacking? The one to your left or the one above you?
I'll do the one to here, because that was the first one that came up.
Cool.
Oh.
Alrighty. Well, oh man. All right. So 5 points of slashing damage, still good. You twirl the blade around and you lash into it. It's still hanging on. That some of that crimson begins to sort of leak out of its side, but it is just barely hanging on. Anything else, Poe?
No, that kind of freaks me out a little bit, but I guess that's it.
Okay, alrighty. So moving on to the one that you just sliced is going to sort of hiss at you and then is going to go ahead and go to take a bite with advantage. Pack tactics, that is a 15, which I believe is your AC.
How much was it?
15.
Yep, that's exactly mine.
Okay, so that is... Did you start raging?
No.
No, alright, so that is 6 points of piercing damage.
Ow.
Man, these rolls are crazy. Alrighty, so then with that, we move from that giant naked mole rat to Cecily.
Okay. So she's been looking out for herself this whole fight, which I guess by D&D rules has lasted 6 seconds, so not a long time. But I think she's gonna see that Poe has got 2 and is getting hit, and she's gonna have a brief and fleeting moment of maturity, and look at her hands and say, all right, fuck, you can do it on accident, do it on purpose now. And she is going to run up. I'm gonna the best I can and nimbly, I'm gonna use Poe as momentum and end up over here. I want to just bounce off of him. And then I am going to cast a Shocking Grasp on that mole rat, and if it is low, I'm going to use a point of luck.
Okay.
I think I submitted. I think it...
Okay, 15, that is a hit, so go ahead and roll your damage.
Nice.
Nice.
Alrighty. D8.
Alrighty. Oh, if you just click on Shocking Grasp...
yeah, you're right. I could have done that, yeah.
That's okay.
I just remembered.
5 is good, though. So, with 5 points of damage, you run up to it, pushing off of Poe, and Poe, you feel a hand grab onto your shoulder, and for a moment, you want to, flex and, whip it off, but doing so by making that pivot motion with your shoulders, you actually give her more momentum as she's kind of propelled into the air just a little bit, and ends up slamming her hand down on the back of the neck of the naked mole rat, discharging that electrical energy as it screeches out in pain, as you can now see the back of its neck and some of its shoulders is just scarred, burnt flesh from the electrical energy. And Cecily, as you recoil back up, landing on your feet, you can feel that static charge between your fingers right now. It felt pretty good. Alrighty, so then with that, we come to, that's a dead naked mole rat. And then we come to Desmond.
Alright, great. I'm going to move myself here, and then I'm going to take a shot at Chubby Boy and chubby boy who is north of Poe.
Okay. Very
My
good.
slingshot.
Slingshot him. Oh, all right. So you bring it back and you try and aim as best you can, but it is like in this moment where it's feeling on its last leg, so it's like moving more scattered and more ecstatic, and it's not really trying to hold its ground. It's really just trying to wait until it can move, and it's just moving too much. And as you loose the sling, it slams into the ground. The pebble scatters, but sadly does not make contact with the stubby boy north of Poe. Alrighty. So then with that, Bianca, surrounded by 2 dead naked mole rats that Shima decimated.
Yeah. So she's gonna like diagonal step or kind of over the dead mole rat, and then she's gonna come to this side of this one, and she's gonna, with the short sword, just try and like stab and shove it down the hole. Like push it while attack it. So
Yeah. All right, roll your attack. See what
that
happens
is
here.
the attempt. I'm going the wrong way. Boop, boop, boop. There.
Here we go. 12. Wait. That just barely hits. Go ahead and roll
All
your
right.
damage.
Hey!
Alrighty. So then what I would also like you to do is I'd like you to make a strength check.
Okay. Where is strength? There. It's at the top. Okay.
8 to 10. All right.
Yay!
So you thrust your blade into the stomach of the naked mole rat, and you can tell that it's still got some life in it, as it's almost like a pig, where it's just like wheezing and screeching. But as you go to withdraw your blade, you put your foot on the side of its body. As you pull the blade, you end up pushing it off, and it just ends up. It was just enough force to knock it off of its balance, and then it just slowly like rolls over and then begins to fall down the hole.
Gross.
So you hear it like screaming and squelching for a while. Maybe, well, you just start to hear it because you're still in combat. So about 6 seconds pass, you can still hear it screaming and squelching.
Right.
As of right now, it's still alive. It's just screaming. So then with that, we come to dead one, and this one next to Poe. So Poe, this one is going to go ahead and, well, seeing that it is going to attempt to run down the hole. So,
Down the hole?
yes. So Poe and Cecily, if you'd like, you can take an attack of opportunity. Hey, nice. Alrighty. So, before it is able to... Getting my naked mole rats confused. So before it's able to even lift off as it goes to turn, Poe, you see the opportunity and you lash downward, cutting into it, slicing it, almost bisecting it with just a pure amount of force behind the blade. Even without your rage, you still have a very strong arm. Cut it, and it just kind of scatters out on the ground. The blood spurts. And it is dead. So, Cecily, you get ready to punch it or just do something, and it's already dead before you can even react.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Alrighty, so then we come to Ashima.
Okay, 10, 15, 20, 25. I can't quite reach it. That one north of the manhole, that one's not still up, is it?
This one?
Yeah.
Or, no, yeah. This one is currently falling down the hole. You can hear it screaming.
All right. I probably won't get there in time, but I'm gonna just move next to Poe to assist.
Okay. Alrighty. That's it?
Yeah, I don't have any ranged or anything.
Okay, cool. So then we come to the one who is falling. They're going to make a dexterity saving throw. That is a 16, so they actually do manage to stabilize themselves. And Bianca, you can hear it, the screaming stop, as you can hear it sort of like grab onto stone or something, and then just you can hear that skittering noise, that of something like scattering on stone. And that's the end of their turn. All right, Poe. It's your turn.
All right. It's very simple.
That's a hit.
Oh,
All right. Holy crap.
Fuck.
You learned where to hit it exactly right in order to actually cut it in half. That last one is running away, didn't give you the right amount of time and thought. But this time you focus and you bring it down, cutting in this flourish, slashing the naked mole rat in half as it just sort of opens up like a cross section on a sandwich, where the ingredients inside just kind of leak out and seep onto the stone floor and slowly begin to stream towards the hole. So, with that, it is dead, and all of those that were a threat are no longer in the room, or they are dead. And all of you seemingly have completed your mission.
If Bianca can see the rat still scurrying down the hole, she's going to take out her crossbow and try and shoot it.
Okay, go ahead and roll for an attack for me. Luckily, you have dark vision, so you're still able to see it.
Yeah. Click
That
it.
is a hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
what?
Yay!
Oh my gosh! Woo! So, you line up your shot, and the arrow flies. And you get so lucky, because at the very edge of your dark vision, you can see the tunnel begin to curve. And luckily, the arrow is faster than it can run. It slams into the back, and it just kind of... You can feel it, you can hear it go from that scattering running to just a slide. And then you can hear a... like it landed in water.
Okay.
And you can hear, now that you're spending a little bit more time, you can hear rushing water.
I got the last one.
Whew.
I'm gonna.
Good work, everybody.
Such a mess, and I'm gonna hurry and wipe my sword clean very ferociously and look at it in the light over in the entrance and make sure I got every single speck of blood off of it.
Shima's just gonna get a little bit closer. Just that's a really nice sword.
Yeah, it's one of the good ones we made.
I'm gonna take one of the paws from the rats, cut it off, and pocket it.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, just write down that you have one naked mole rat.
One naked mole rat hand.
Hand, paw, claw.
Are these chests on the map actually chests?
Yeah, they're behind a locked door right now.
Can I try to pick the lock of the door? Wait, no, I don't. I can't see them, can I?
No, yeah. All you see are 3 doors that are definitely locked, but you cannot see what is inside them.
Okay. I'm going to go to the one nearest me and try to pick it open anyway, because I'm just nosy.
Okay, go ahead and make a Thieves' Tools check.
Do we all see this?
Oh yeah, all of you see him making his way towards, sort of getting down on one knee and just beginning to pull out his tools and begin to work.
Desmond?
Not now. I'm busy.
Desmond, what are you doing?
What
Desmond, are you
doing?
picking that lock?
Mm,
Are you serious?
No.
Are you
How
kidding
do I
me?
use tools on this
You
thing,
just
Joe?
put us into a jail cell, and what are you doing?
I have a natural curiosity.
Okay. Well, cut that out.
Oh, wait, I found it. Dispute. Dexterity.
It's in like a. Oh, you got it.
Yeah, okay. So, as Poe is yelling at you, just look over your shoulder, breathing down your neck. You still just keep moving up your tool. Poe, are you trying to, stop him, or are you just yelling at him?
Yes.
Okay, so I'd like you to make the check with disadvantage then, so just roll one more time. As he's trying to pull your hands away from it, trying to get it so you can't move the thing properly.
And of course, this comes with a lot of angry explanations on how there is no way I'm going to end up back in that jail cell.
So, Desmond, you think you almost have it, but then you can feel Poe, like, smack your hands, and kind of, like, your tools don't go flying, but it knocks loose your progress. And you can feel like there's almost a slight bend to your tools, but you pull them out before, and they actually get damaged. They're still fine, but he sort of reset all of your progress that you had almost had it open.
I swear to Bashamit that if you do that again while I'm in the middle of this, it's not going to end well.
Desmond, I need you to look at everyone in this basement right now. Look at each one of them. You are responsible for them when we're in this together. Do you want them to be in the jail cell too?
No one's going to end in the jail cell. No one's down here to see me doing this.
Okay. Well, I'm going back up to the guards. And I'm just going to...
I'm going to go back to picking the lock.
Okay, go ahead and make a Thieves' Tools check, this time just normal. Poe, eventually, as you get back up there, you can see Veronica is actually looking through the hole down at you guys while you were doing that. And as you get up there, she whispers to you, ha ha ha. Listen, let's see what he does. I have a feeling he's not going to be able to get it open. I promise I won't hold it against him.
Okay. Well, I'm glad I am not involved.
Okay, so...
Yeah, when their screens, like, darken out or white out or whatever, that's because they're whispering.
That's
Yes.
cool.
So she whispered to him something, and Desmond, as you get in there, you are just... How dare he try and tell you how to do anything? How dare he try and you stop focusing about that, and you just start thinking about ways that you can beat him at other things to make him feel bad. And you just don't get it. And about at the moment where you're just about to give up and pull out the tools, you can hear the door open. And you can hear Captain Veronica say, "So, I see that you've accomplished what you were sent down here to do, so much so that you feel as though you are required some reward, it seems, as though you're trying to open that door."
The moment she pops her head down, I'm going to cartoonishly shoot my hands behind my back. I have no idea what you're talking about.
No, it's fine, but I just want you to know that I saw you try the first time and then Poe tried to stop you. There is a hole in the door, and I was able to see you the whole time. So tell me again, what was it exactly that you were not doing?
I was not picking this lock to find out what's inside this door.
Oh,
Who is smiling, by the way?
very good. So if I were to tell you the charge and penalty for theft, especially in the interior of Summer's Rest, is a penalty of 2,000 platinum, you would think that, well, you would think twice about what you did then, right?
What if I were to tell you that you don't have any proof that I was going to steal anything?
That's an interesting point, but I would also like to wager that as the captain of the guard, really nothing you says matters, and it only matters what I say. So I could lie and say that you did try and steal, and you would still end up in prison.
I see where you're coming from. But like I said earlier, I have a natural curiosity. Can you blame me?
I cannot, which is why I'm not actually being serious.
Okay.
Just please, from now on, try not to do that, okay? At least when I'm so close. Please. I can only ignore it, so...
When you're around, I promise not to do anything.
Alright, thank you. I do not believe you, but I'm going to try.
Can you not do that when I'm around?
That I can't.
Listen, I just figured now that the screams of those creatures have stopped that you all are probably finished, no? She sort of looks around at the dead giant naked mole rat bodies just strewn about on the floor.
I figured I wasn't over there to hear.
Oh, she definitely is like not being quiet about it at all. She was making the proclamation so everyone could hear.
Yes.
Thank you, Bianca. So, what exactly did you find aside from these things? Anything interesting?
Well,
Couple of locked doors.
When after we killed quite a few of them, they tried to retreat to the center there. Looks like the grate was broken.
Yes, and you can see her make her way down towards the grate and sort of look down. Oh, it's not uncommon for there to be running water under buildings to help carry away any type of sewage or things like that. But the fact they were running down there...
Is it normal for them to be that size?
As far as I'm concerned, no. There have been... Well, do not say too much. There have been issues with these types of creatures before, here within the past 2-3 months.
Can Bianca tell if they're mutants?
Yeah, go ahead and make a... I'm gonna say Arcana or Medicine.
Oh, probably Arcana would be better then. Okay. Boo.
Okay.
Bullshit.
It's hard to tell just because you have an extensive knowledge of magical and non-magical creatures, and there are just magical creatures that are just enlarged animals, like giant eagles and giant regular rats, but this is not something that you've heard of in any of your compendiums that you might have read or thumbed through in your times at your store.
Gotcha.
But, yes, well... And she, looking down at the grate and looking at the 5 of you... Listen, I read through the files of what had happened to all of you, and... I would like to let all of you know that, in terms of real trouble, there is very little for all of you. Bianca and Shima, there is an individual who actually works for Rose, who was, well, she was quite supportive of you and actually helped calm Rose down and try and even things out there. So the 2 of you are fine. This is merely a formality, and you other 3, I don't know exactly what the guards were thinking who picked you up, but it was very obvious that you were victims, not accomplices. Well, potential victims. So, as I said, this is all a formality, and all of you, after you complete this, will be free to go whichever way you please. Yes, I can't say that in front of the other guards because they are not as empathetic as someone like me. Yes, but listen, there is a chance that on top of your freedom, I could also find you some type of actual monetary reward for the services that you've done today. But this clearing out the basement and the other 2 up there cleaning the kitchen, that counts for your service, for inconveniences to the guards and to the state, which is ridiculous. But nonetheless, there might be some type of nest down there that they've been coming from, or some type of area where they've been originating. And if you can find that, and, well, I would inform the guards and I would go with you. If we can find that together, then, well, there will be some type of extra reward in it for you. That is, unless you just want to leave now and go your separate ways. I understand that as well, but it seems like all of you might be a little hard up for gold or silver in this at this time.
I could use some extra money.
I could use some extra money.
And if there's anything I can do aside from money, I would be happy to do that instead. It's just most people, money is the language they speak, so, you know.
Okay, I'm in.
Ugh. I mean, I haven't had any fun. I certainly don't want to go down in a smelly hole with all of you, but fuck it. Whatever.
I'm here.
And Cicely, just remember who you're doing this for. Your little brother's going to thank you.
Yep. Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Yes. All right. Well, good. Here, I'll be right back. Let me go grab some rope, lower you all down, and I will come down with you. I'll be right back. And she actually goes to leave, but then sees that there is just a collection of tools off to the side, and she says, "He will probably not mind if we use these, correct?"
You're the one that knows the law.
Let me go double check with him and make sure that he's an eccentric man, to say the least. Yeah, I'll be right back, and don't do anything too crazy while I'm gone. And she turns towards Desmond and just kind of... Never mind. And goes to head up the stairs out the door.
As soon as she's gone, I'm gonna try to start picking the lock.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and make a thieves' tools check.
If Cecily is still looking at her hands, Bianca's gonna go talk to Cecily.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna give up after this one.
So Desmond, as you get it in there, and you're just so frustrated at this point, you feel it begin to bend, and you're like, well, sometimes a bend means that it's just a rusted lock. And as you bend and bend and bend, you hear a tink. And as you look at your tools, they're broken. Now, any blacksmith could reforge broken thieves' tools. And you know one.
I'm just gonna whip around and look at Poe.
And I'm
Oh.
going to... Did I see this happen?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you were watching. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just going to smile at him and shake my head.
Man, we're so friendly.
Alrighty.
So
So,
I will do literally anything if you fix these for me.
And I would literally do anything to keep you from doing that.
Okay, if I promise not to pick any of the locks in this man's house, will you fix these tools for me?
Okay.
Ah.
all right.
Thank you.
So, Poe, it's easy enough for you, given the fact that your hammer has that ability to just cast mending as you use it. With a few taps,
Cool.
the tools are repaired.
There you go.
Thank you.
Just please. Just at least not this house.
Okay. Least I can do is live up to that word.
Okay.
I won't forget that you did this for me.
Alrighty. So, the two of you finishing up your conversation there, we'll go ahead and jump to Cecily and Bianca.
Bianca's gonna walk up and say, "Are your hands okay?"
Cecily will immediately stop looking at her hands, act like nothing was happening, and scoot about 2 feet further away. And just sort of, yeah, everything's fine, whatever.
Okay. You looked really concerned for a second. And then Bianca will walk away.
Okay. Alrighty. Ooh. And then is there anything Shima wanted to do during this time?
No, he's just kind of, he was just kind of watching the Poe Desmond talk.
Okay. Alrighty. Very cool. So a few more minutes pass, and eventually Veronica does return down the stairs, rope in hand, or rope around her shoulder, and says to all of you, all right, so what I have found out is that, well, Boria does not like you people doing anything with anything down here, but he was all right with paying all of you a little extra for helping remove the problem permanently. So, maybe all of you have a future in being mercenaries. Only to be so lucky, right? Yes. Well, I will be heading down with all of you, but I will go ahead and make sure that all of you make it down safely first and foremost. So I'll be holding the rope up here, and then tie it off when I try to head down. All right? Okay. So she begins to feed the rope down the grate until eventually the counterweight at the bottom, you can hear it like plunge into the water, just a slight, and hearing the rushing water. And she says, all right, well, all of you should be good to climb down. Holding the rope steady.
Well, I can see in the dark, so if we give me a torch, I can climb down and then light the torch at the bottom, and we have light.
I will hand her the torch.
Okay. All right. So, Bianca, you grab onto the rope first, torch in hand, and you begin to descend down the grate. Now, the grate is fairly large, so this area is fairly spacious, and you can see that as you head down, there is a difference. There is the straight chute down, but then there's that small, like I said, maybe 3 foot, 2.5, 3 foot hole that it seemed like that naked mole rat was trying to go down into. It's a little small, and you could probably fit in there, but somebody like Poe might have some real issues fitting in this this smaller hole.
Is that at the bottom? Like, am I on the ground and there's that hole?
No,
or
as you are descending down,
Okay.
there is the straight chute down, and then about halfway down there is like a small curved descent.
Okay, what if I... Okay. But I knew that the rat was trying to go down in there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to slide into the hole.
Okay.
If I can.
Yes, you can. You are a little bit more slender, a little bit more lithe. You're able to get in there. It is really tight for you, and you are kind of like squeezing, and you're on your back just trying to get through there, and the torch is...
Maybe not. If it's not going well, I'm going to get back on the rope.
Okay, all right. So you get to the point where the next thing you have to do is bring the torch in with you, but you realize it would be super close to your face.
That'd be bad.
You have resistance to fire. That's not a big deal, but you know what? Never mind.
The idea was better in my head.
Yeah.
Let's keep going down.
Okay, so you push yourself back and begin to descend the rest of the way down, landing about knee-deep in water. And we'll get back to what you see in a second. So just one after another, you guys are all heading down?
Yeah.
Okay. So descending down, dropping into the water... who's the...
How deep is the water?
Huh?
How deep is the water?
It's about knee deep on Bianca, so I'd probably say maybe foot and a half.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's probably waist.
Yeah,
deep.
waist high.
Yeah.
I don't like this. Yeah.
So real quick, who would be the last person to head down? Anybody claustrophobic?
I mean, people phobic, so Cecily probably would wait to be last.
Okay.
Alrighty. So everybody else heads down, and then Veronica holding the rope taut. She gestures for you to go next, Cecily. And do not worry about it. I promise you, I will not let go.
Yeah, cool, thanks.
So as you begin to head down the rope, climbing down, and it is uncomfortable, and the walls are slick and slimy next to you, and it's hard to breathe as you're getting down further and further. You can hear this loud crash. Something, furniture and this clattering of things, armor and other things that are clashing together. And as you look up, you can just barely see, as you were just maybe getting started to head down, you can see Veronica still, and in a moment she panics and she lets go of the rope and starts to run up the stairs, and then you can hear her go, oh, fuck, and tries to run back and grab the rope, but at that point it's already too late, Cecily, as you are like beginning to free fall down this hole as she tries to like come over the broken grate and grab on to the rope, but she's just not fast enough, and she just yells down to all of you now at the bottom of this hole, I promise you I will be back as soon as I can, and she runs up and just begins to run, and you can hear the door slam open, and that is about the last thing that all of you hear, as you are currently now surrounded by these bioluminescent mushrooms that sort of sprawl up and around, curling around rocks in this river. A little shallow for some of you, but a little more deep for some of you, that is constantly rushing past your legs as all of you sit down here. Rope sort of scatters down in front of you, and the 5 of you are alone in this glowing mushroom cave. What would you like to do?
Fucking hate guards.
Well, clearly there was something. Well, I think we all know what happened.
Yeah, I didn't think it was a good idea bringing those other two here.
I guess we're safe down here, in a sense.
The mushroom-looking things are kind of nice.
Yeah, they're real pretty. I like that one.
Are there varying sizes of mushrooms?
Oh, yeah. I mean, there are ones that are as tall as oak trees, and there are other ones that are just regular mushroom-sized.
Okay. Well, Bianca is going to collect a couple, and then if we ever take a long rest, I'm going to figure out what it is.
Oh, all right.
You,
Desmond's more impatient for that. I want to eat one.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Cario!
This is a scary.
The reincarnation.
Alrighty. You pull one up off the ground and you just take a bite. I'd like you to make
Actually-
a Constitution saving throw.
She was going to try and stop him, but it's too fast.
Oh, well, go ahead and make a contested dexterity check before you make that con save.
Okay.
Both of us make
Dexterity
dexterity check.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Desmond, as you're about to take a bite, Bianca runs over to you and smacks it out of your hand, and it falls into the water and begins to float down the river.
I promise I can tell you what it does if we just give me some time, and then you can eat it all you want.
What's the fun of knowing what it does? I just wanted to try it.
Living is the fun.
I don't see the appeal.
I mean, fine, then do whatever you want. I warned you. At that point, she doesn't care if he dies or not, so...
You did your due diligence.
Desmond, do you try
I'm
and-
going to pocket a few of them myself, but I won't eat one now.
Good.
Okay. Pocket a few. So I'd like to...
I also want to pocket the rope take the rope that was dropped down.
Okay, yes, 25 feet of hemp rope, and each one of you should add 2 sewer mushrooms. Not sewer. 2 cave mushrooms, glowing cave mushrooms to your inventory.
So, Bianca, you know a lot about mushrooms.
Well, I know a lot about things that can be used for potions and stuff. I don't really know much about... Well, I guess that does make me know a lot about mushrooms. So yeah, kind of.
And so that means you know a lot about potions.
That is what I said.
Yeah, she's one of the best alchemists on our side of town.
Oh, thanks.
Very cool. You have an alchemy shop? Is that what it's called? A lab or something?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could call it... Some people might call it a lab. Mine's more of a shop. I sell basic things, too.
Very cool.
Hometown. Yeah. I thought I might lose it, though, when I went into jail, so...
Yeah, I kind of understand. Me and my father have a shop back in Waterswake, and I understand that entrepreneur life and risk and fears and things like that.
You're a
Yeah,
blacksmith, aren't you?
I am uh, specifically a moon forger. It's a very specific kind of blacksmithing, but
did you make your weapons?
oh yes, definitely.
Well,
I,
good job.
I proudly make almost everything I use.
That's awesome.
I was admiring your sword earlier.
Lead-lined gloves once. It's pretty sweet.
You made gloves once?
Lead-lined gloves for me.
Ooh.
Yes, they were very fun to make, but yeah, the sword that you saw
Very
earlier, it's one of the things me and my father made. We've been making a lot together, and well, lately, not so much. So I try to keep the things that we do make together with me. So
Well, understandable. You don't see craftsmanship that good this far west.
no, it's I really owe it to my father. He definitely takes pride in the Inoa craftsmanship, and I hope that I can carry that on. There's not many craftsmen in the Inoa ways. Not much left, anyways.
Hey, so does anyone know what to do? Because I'd love to not be in here much longer.
I have a feeling we're going to be in here much longer than we expected.
Well, Veronica seems capable and she has a good heart. I suppose we just have to trust that she'll be fine and keep on with what we came down here to do.
All right.
So, is there just like a tunnel?
Kind of. It's closer to like a ravine, where the area that you're in is fairly compact, maybe only 40 to 50 feet wide, and it kind of like curves along. Behind you is almost like collapsed stone with that stream sort of pouring out from it, leaking through the rocks and heading what would be west, and then eventually curling up northward. So yeah, you can see the like I said, the stream heading west and then north, and currently there are walls on each side of you that go up maybe 80, 90 feet, and then just sort of stop.
Well, I don't even know if the rats are down here necessarily because they went through or were trying to go through a different hole. So I don't know how big this place is or if we're going to be able to even find what we were looking for down here.
Well, this is more interesting than what we were looking for.
I agree.
I also get the feeling that that hole up there is only the correct size for one of us.
Yeah, I
Well-
tried it. Little tight.
I might be able to squeeze up there. Maybe. I mean, if it gets us out of here sooner, I'll fucking try.
Well, Ashima might be able to do it pretty well.
Yeah. And no offense, miss, but I'm a bit more prone to small spaces. Not saying
I
that
could do
you're
it too.
large or anything. It's just
Okay.
well, I'm glad we're on the same page. Communication's important.
Yeah, all right, just stop. Someone go to the hole.
Okay. I'm gonna head on over there.
Okay, so that hole that you did see was about halfway down when you were descending down the rope. So it's maybe 30, 40 feet above you in that chute that was leading down. However, as you're looking around, you can see that there are multiple different shapes and sizes, but most of them stick in that 1.5 to 3 foot circle hole that leads through the rocky wall into darkness.
Well, all roads lead to Wukong, so I figure all these tunnels really just lead to the nest.
But I guess you probably shouldn't go by yourself. The more I think about it.
Yeah, he looks down at the bite mark on his arm. Feeling a bit sore.
Can you see in the dark?
Not more than a couple feet in front of me.
Okay.
If that is the nest, could we somehow flush them out or force them out?
Well, that's not a bad idea.
What do they eat?
Or what are they afraid of?
Well,
I don't know.
they didn't seem to mind eating us, so anyone
That's
got
true.
meat, I guess?
It could make a lot of noise.
That might just make them retreat further in.
Well, when we came down through the door upstairs, they came down to meet us here. So
I have an idea. Cecily's gonna look around these mushrooms and see if there's any evidence that the mole rats have been here. Like if there's bite marks or trail marks or something.
There's a huge piece of shit.
Go ahead and make a survival check.
You find 20 mole rats. Okay. Okay. I'm not very good at this, but I had the idea. So I guess we'll see how
what
this
happens.
goes. I think it. Oh,
Okay.
it might show up twice.
Okay. We'll just take the first one.
All right. Well,
So, as you are looking around... Well, good thing we're taking the second one.
use a point of luck in the past.
So, luckily, because you have at least low light in the surrounding area due to the bioluminescent mushrooms that are sort of illuminating the entire area, you are able to find tracks. On each side of that rushing waterway, there's maybe 5 or 10 feet of like look to be like soil or ruined stone that make for a very chaotic walkway, but you can see those scrapes in it that they would leave with their claws. So you do find tracks, and you can see, and I'll go ahead and move you now as you're part of the way through this area. I'll go ahead and move you to this. So all of you having started over in this direction over here. Can you see that? Can anybody see that? Oh, wait a second. Started over in this direction. There you go. You've then begun to make your way over here, and at about that moment, Cecily, you find tracks leading up this way.
Okay. So, just to make sure I'm understanding you, so it's reasonable to assume that we can also get to wherever they're nesting by following these?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm just gonna kind of point at them and go, hey, somebody that does footprint stuff, come look at this.
I guess I can go over. I don't know a lot about footprints, but I can try. Maybe I read something.
Does it look like we could follow that, maybe? Seems like their feet.
If you know
I can
this,
pull
like-
out my paw and check and see if it's their feet.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Okay,
gonna
very
do
cool.
that.
So yeah, no check necessary. You are able to tell that they are the same.
Yep, these are it. Good eye, Cecily.
And then, Poe, given the fact that you have a passive perception of 15, I feel like this is so mean. So you can hear up around these like very small cliff sides, maybe only 2 foot drops, you can hear talking. Not just the scattering and screeching of the mole rats, very quietly, but you can also hear individuals talking, men and women going back and forth on a decision, trying to come to a conclusion. You can hear them saying, "We should wait here. We do not know when Doku will make his escape." "It does not matter when Doku is going to make his escape. He will not get out. We must leave before more of them show." Another one says, "I refuse to leave Doku behind. He has done much for us. He has the gift of sight. That is something that we all need if we are to bring the Dark One." And you can hear them bicker back and forth between one and other, and we'll go ahead and jump back in.
Was born with cloudy
And
eyes
now-
and doesn't really know why. And now she has sorcerer powers, so probably linked.
Poe, you catch that. You hear that.
Everyone, silence.
Well, that was kind of rude.
I heard people talking. Do you guys? What was the name of that cultist we were with in the jail? Wasn't it?
Deku or something.
Durka or
Daku.
Dorky or something
Yes.
like that.
Deku.
And that was coming from.
This
Okay.
direction.
Someone's down here with us. I just heard some talking. I could only pick up so much, but they were talking about that guy we were in that cell with, talking about how he was going to make his escape. He had this gift of sight. Cecily, Desmond, you remember them chanting stuff about the Dark One and things like that when we were fighting with them, right?
I can't say I was listening too closely, but yeah, kind of.
Well, whatever Daku has, his freaky eyes and stuff, I guess that has something to do with summoning the Dark One. I don't know. I think that's what I heard, but they're here somewhere.
Should we just
4 of them or just
go in the other direction?
I only heard 2 of them.
We should stay close together.
If there's only 2 of them, we can take them. I mean, there's 5 of us. 4.5, but
That's still a person.
Let's.
no, I wouldn't count Cecily as a person.
I'm,
Oh.
dang, everyone's mean.
Let me just see if I can even pinpoint where they were, or see if I can find them. I guess.
Okay. Yeah, knowing where the sound came from, you would getting right about. Let me select you. Getting right about here, or right here. You could see them fairly easily, given the fact that the entire area is illuminated currently. You can see. Let me do this. While only 3 people were talking back and forth, there are currently 4 of those cultists and 4 of the giant naked mole rats that, just like dogs, are just kind of like sitting near them and just waiting.
Waiting for what? Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Which I probably couldn't see that, could I? But
No, I mean, Poe
And I
could
saw
definitely
it.
point it out. What's up?
Yeah, everything that you said, I relay back to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
Do you guys want to get involved in this?
Well, that might be our only way out.
Probably.
I mean, at least we should maybe listen a little bit. Figure out what they're doing.
Yeah, they're kind of freaky. I'd rather them not see us at least. So I'm gonna start hiding.
Okay, now wanting all of you to get a little closer, maybe just to listen in for a while. Well, how many of you wanted to get close enough to listen in?
Yeah.
I'm going to.
I'm pretty quiet.
Okay, all right. Then I would like
Yep, everyone.
everyone to go ahead and make a stealth check for me. 18. 10.
Hey.
Nice. Nice.
And then-
Single digit club.
Woo.
All the single ladies. Yeah.
So Lumberfoots are at it again, Desmond.
Luckily, as the 5 of you are sort of crowding around this small cliffside here, just trying to listen in as best you can, get an idea for what is happening up there. Bianca, you get a little too close and you try and peek over the ledge a little bit too much, and you can feel some rocks like begin to break off and slide down. Luckily, Desmond is able to catch some of the rocks and prevent them from clattering too loud. Cecily, you see this giant spider. Absolutely huge. And it is just, as you place your hands over the ledge to like look up, it just slowly begins to crawl across your hands, and you are about to scream. Luckily, Desmond sees you almost scream and just sort of covers your mouth, and the spider eventually crawls over the top of your hand and then away towards one of the mushrooms, as you probably want to burn your hand off. But even if you're not afraid of spiders, the pure size and just out of nowhere that it came freaks you out a little bit. Luckily, the moment passes thanks to Desmond. The 2 of you seem to balance each other out. Or the 3 of you balance each other out.
Thank you.
And maintain that silence. So, as you...
Mouth, you're welcome, but I don't have lips, so I don't know if it comes across as anything other than
Yeah.
So,
Look like.
all of you sitting on the edge, you listen into the conversation as best you can. Given the fact that there's really only the rushing water, you're able to pretty much catch everything. You can hear one woman say, "I refuse to wait any longer. We..." I refuse to wait any longer. We should not wait for... We shouldn't wait for Daku anymore. We should leave now. We need to find the sphere. That's what we came here to find. We need to go look for that. Another person says, yes, but Daku is also here. He said that he would escape, and we need to wait here for him. And you can see the conversation go back and forth for a while until eventually 2 of the people start to get a little bit louder, a little bit more rambunctious, and they say, "Fine, you stay here. I'm going to go. We're going to go, and we're going to try and find the sphere. You can sit here all you'd like and wait for Daku." So 4 of them, well, 2 of the individuals and 2 of the mole rats are going to go ahead and head north.
I wonder if Daku is the one who is causing all those issues we heard.
It's really convenient they brought him for his punishment exactly where he needed to go, though.
Yeah, that is very interesting.
I
Maybe
don't
convenient,
believe in
right word.
coincidences.
I don't either.
All right, it sounds like this is a little bit bigger than us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but now that they've split up, we can definitely take both of them. They're not expecting anybody to come through, you know, we just pop sneak attacks, you know, take these guys out, trail them. I'm really interested in whatever the sphere thing is.
So do we... I guess I just don't know. Do we kill them? Do we capture them? Do we just wait until... you know,
I mean,
help
these
comes
guys
for
tried
us
to
and
kill
kill
us,
them?
like yesterday, or a couple days ago, or whenever that was. So, an eye for an eye.
All right, look. If all of you just stay hidden back here, and let me go ahead for a second. I got a plan.
What's your
You
plan?
wanna-
Just let me do my thing. It'll be fine.
I don't trust.
Okay.
You can go. And we'll be here if things go wrong.
Right. Cool.
Okay.
So,
what are you doing?
I
Real quick, I'm gonna have my crossbow ready just in case I need to shoot up and shoot somebody.
Okay, sounds good. Prep it. Got it ready in case anything goes
These-
wrong.
Like jagged lines show like elevation, right?
Yeah, not much. Maybe only 2 or 3 feet. Definitely not
So-
anything too crazy.
Right. So if I get up here and like crawled there, I could still kind of like hide behind this, right?
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Alrighty. So I'm just gonna get up there, and I am. Cecily basically is going to focus for a second and start thinking of a distraction, and then she is going to notice that there's sort of like this reddish yellowish flare coming out of a couple of her fingers. It's almost like the magic is just there at the right moment, even though she has no clue what it is yet. And she's just gonna, at this point, be like, fuck it. I'm just gonna trust whatever spell decides to shoot out of my body. So she is going to, I'm gonna pick up some sort of rock or something. And I basically just want to make a noise, and I want to try to lure them closer. And then as soon as they're all close enough to me, or at least a few of them are close enough to me, I'm going to try to cast color spray on them.
Okay. Alrighty. So go ahead and make a. Well, where are you throwing the rock? Just go ahead and ping it for me.
Well, I guess option one is like chuck it south past everybody so they like come down the path. And then I can get the jump on them. And then option B is chuck it north so they all turn around and then I can like bum rush them. I'm gonna throw it south. I'm gonna just pick it up. I'm gonna toss it like just as far as I can to that wall back there.
Okay. Yeah.
And hopefully it creates enough of a noise that they decide to come check it out.
Alrighty. Very cool. So you toss the rock, and I'd just like you to roll a D100 for me. See how
Okay.
loud the crash is.
Rolling the dice.
Rolling
It
the
tells
dice.
me.
Okay.
47.
So it is not like earth-shattering loud, but it's a pretty loud bang as the stone hits the wall. Actually, the rock you threw ends up breaking and cracking and slides down behind everyone, and you can see the two individuals and the two giant mole rats. They all 4 of them just sort of stand at alert, and the one man says, "I think you should go check that out." And there's a whistle, kind of almost like a screech whistle, as if he's communicating to the mole rat. And these two begin to head closer towards you. And I'd say they get about there. And if you wanted to go ahead and take that reaction, do that color spray, that would be the time.
Alrighty, cool. So it's a 15-foot cone, and it's like sleep where I roll 6d10, and that's how many hit points of creatures are affected.
Okay.
See here. Okay, well that definitely is enough to get the 2 of them.
Yes, it is. Okay.
Okay, so
Do you want
basically,
to drop? Yeah.
so, yeah, 15-foot cone.
and it's like a dazzling array of color, and both of them are blinded until the start of my next turn. They don't get a save.
Oh, wow, okay. Alrighty. So as you blind them, you can hear the screech of that mole rat and of the man. He sort of yells out, I can't see, I can't see! And he, just kind of pulls out a sword and just kind of begins to swing rapidly. The other individual begins to, him and his mole rat, they make their way over and just sort of saying, like, what's wrong and trying to, like, fix it. Is there anything else you wanted to do?
I'll just say now. Let the other party members know this is where you do your thing. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yep.
all of you will go ahead and get one round before we end up rolling initiative. So all of you can go ahead and what do you want to do?
I'm gonna shoot one of them.
All right, shoot one of them.
Boom.
I'm gonna try and.
Oh. Well, it misses.
Roll a D100 for me.
Oh no. I don't want to hit Cecily.
Oh, God.
Okay,
With all the trust issues I already have.
Cecily, you feel the bolt fly right by your ear, and if it was maybe 2 inches to the left, you would have had a nice new ear piercing that would have taken off your ear. It slams into the dirt next to you, luckily missing you.
Ah.
I will also take a shot.
All right, take a shot. All right, that is a
And
hit.
I'll-
Which one are you hitting? Yeah.
The blinded cultist.
Okay, so you do have advantage since it is blinded.
Okay.
So you can go ahead and roll that again just to see what you got. Okay, so 19 hits though, so that is still some good damage there, and that is nice. 9 points of piercing damage. So,
Bludgeoning. I don't know if it makes a difference.
oh yeah, sorry, 9. Yeah, my bad. Okay, so you.
I wasn't sure, but just I figured it didn't really matter in this area.
No, it's all good. So you are able to pull back the slingshot, fires off, slams into the chest. You can hear that like crack of a bone, but it is still standing.
I'm gonna look at Bianca and give out a hearty laugh.
She's just gonna feel really bad.
Okay, very cool. So then we have Poe and Ashima left.
I'm gonna
Am I-
all. Oh, go ahead. You first.
Am I able to move and attack?
Yeah, you just have an entire turn right now to do whatever you want.
So I'm going to come to Sicily's aid and protect her. And I'm going to take a swing at this massive, ugly, naked mole rat.
Alrighty. Paladin Poe, here we go. That is a hit. Go ahead and roll your damage. Oh! Nice. That is just enough. It is currently blinded. And you just chop into it, and as the sword makes contact, dead. Instantly.
Bad way to go.
Yeah, blind and then a sword chop to the neck. Yeah, pretty terrible.
Sword to the right to flash the blood off of it and stare at the drow, marking my territory.
Alrighty. Sounds good. So then that brings us to Ashima.
I'm gonna. I'm gonna move forward. Ooh, I'm not doing too hot on health. I'm gonna kind of sneak through the mushrooms and come right about here.
Okay.
Yeah. And trying to stay hidden.
Okay. I think that monks they start with darts.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you wanted to throw one of those.
Not yet.
No? Okay. All right, so you stealth through, seemingly undetected as of right now. And so with that, now coming up to the top, I'd like everybody to roll for initiative.
Oh my god.
Don't forget to click on your token first.
Did I? I think I
Yeah, you
did.
did.
Yeah.
High number.
Higher.
Yeah, better than was before.
It's done.
Okay.
It might not roll.
Hey, there we go. Oh, look at that. And then Cecily. Hey, look at that. Alrighty, so we'll go ahead and sort descending. So with that, first up is actually Desmond.
Dang.
Loyalty. Okay. I'm going to come over here and then just take another shot at the guy I already took a shot at. Is he still blinded?
Yes, he is. He's blinded until the start of your next turn, Cecily, right?
Okay. That means...
Yeah, until this whole round, basically.
Okay.
So that means I get advantage and sneak attack, right?
Correctamundo. Ooh, all right, that is a hit. And that is a whopping, goddamn, 8 points of damage. Look at that. Bada bing, bada boom. This one you pull back, aim right for the head, into the side of the skull, right near the temple, and he falls over, blinded, and then dead.
Nice.
Alrighty. Manslaughter or Desmond, hell yeah. Alrighty. Anything else, Desmond?
No, because I can't bonus action hide yet.
Okay. Alright, very cool. So then we come to this guy who just saw his ally get slingshotted to death in the head, and he is going to look down to his the naked mole rat next to him and whistle and screech, and then go to turn around and start to run. So he's going to get right about there.
Damn.
And he is going to, turning around, is going to, well, before he gets too far away, he's going to turn around and he's going to fire a crossbow at Desmond. So that is a unnatural 20, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Maybe.
Okay, so you take 4 points of piercing damage, and then, oh god, as the bolt slams into your side, you can feel that what was ever on the tip of that crossbow bolt is starting to make its way into your bloodstream, and you try as best as you can to flex and prevent it from integrating itself into your blood, but you feel yourself end up succumbing to it so much that on top of being poisoned, you feel your eyelids begin to grow heavy, and you fall over unconscious. You're not at 0 hit points, you are just unconscious.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and, there's like a sleepy one, isn't there?
Like Z's.
You know, it's only fair. I did just kill his friend.
Yeah. All right. Okay. This radiation sign. Sure. All right.
Yeah, cool.
So then he will make his way back up to the top here, and next up is the mole rat, which is also going to make its way up there with it. And with that, Ashima, it is your turn.
Well, damn. I'm slow. Alright. I'm gonna just go ahead and move up. There's not much I can do for Desmond. And not much I can do for these guys.
Okay. Alrighty, so then that brings us to Poe.
Yeah, so I mean they're on the run. 10. I think I can go here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That's as far as I can go.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I was just thinking about pulling a Father Fronheim and throwing your sword.
I do have.
Rocket fist.
Apparently, I do have a javelin and a hand axe somewhere, so I
Oh.
could throw one of those. So I'm gonna pull out a hand axe, be like, whatever.
All right. Throw your hand axe. Toss it. Ship it.
Oh, whoa.
You end up throwing it, and you way overestimate the time when you're supposed to throw the axes, as you just grabbed it and a collection of stuff before you left. And you've never really thrown hand axes before, and as you do, you let it go too late, and it actually slams into the ground right next to you. Luckily, a few inches away from your feet, but yeah, luckily not hitting you at all.
I'm gonna pick that up real fast.
Okay, grab it. Ready to throw it again next time. Alrighty, so then that brings us to... Oh, that one's dead. And then we have Cecily.
Right, cool. So I think what's going to happen here, I'm going to run up here, and then, let's see. Yep, I'm in range, cool. So, Cecily is going to be running towards them, and she's going to be like, shit, they're going to get the others, and she's going to reach out her hand and accidentally cast a Mage Hand. And then I want the Mage Hand to just try to grab the ankle of the cultist and trip him.
Okay.
And knock him over.
Go
so
ahead
then...
and
yeah.
Roll for an attack.
Okay.
We'll just say
would...
roll like Firebolt or any other damage cantrip that you have, like spell attack cantrip.
Right. Yeah. I'll just do this, because I know my modifier is +5.
Oh, okay.
I'll just... My sheet's being really irresponsible. Not non-responsive, not irresponsible.
Well, it's also being irresponsible. So
it is. It knows it's game time.
You conjure the Mage Hand, and it is actually able to grasp around the ankle of the Dark One cultist, pulling out from underneath him as he falls flat onto his face. And at the beginning of his next turn, we'll have to scrabble up before he can successfully run away.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, she's just gonna kind of be like, "Oh, that was cool," but still not sure how she did that.
Okay, so then we come to Bianca.
Okay, so she's gonna run up next to Desmond and well, let me pick up her thing. Boop, 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 boop. Like here-ish. And then does she have a clear shot of the little piggy rat running away?
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Okay, then she's going to, with her heart racing and very scared, she's going to shoot another crossbow.
All right, fingers crossed.
Very much try and not hit anybody but that little thing.
All right.
Yay.
You're aiming right between two people.
Luckily, that is a hit, so you're good there.
Yay.
4 points of piercing damage. Alrighty. -4. So the arrow does stick into the side of it. It is still living, still breathing, but it does currently have an arrow stuck into the side of it right now.
Okay, and then I'm just gonna put all my attention on Desmond and see if he's like okay, dead, asleep, like what's going on, and that's that.
Okay, alrighty. So then we come to Desmond, and I'd like you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okie dokie.
Alrighty, still unconscious. You can hear him. He's still breathing, Bianca, but he is definitely not responsive in any way.
Okay.
Okay, so then we come
This
to...
poison's not doing any damage, right?
It doesn't do any damage. Nope. You were just unconscious.
Okay.
So this person is now going to stand up, only having 15 feet. They're going to make a tight turn here, move that 15 feet there, and then the mole rat is going to just run in front of his master. Doesn't want to get too far away. So then we come to Ashima.
All right. Can I potentially reach him? Maybe.
Yeah, you have to turn the corner, but you have enough movement speed to reach him.
Okay, this is a really horrible idea. So, Poe, back me up. I'm going to run, like... right about here. If I can, if there's like a spot above... just directly north.
Yeah, there is. The corner is a little bit more wide. This tunnel that he's starting to go down is very narrow. So you're just kind of, if you're 1 square north of him, you're like catty corner to him. So you can still hit him. But yeah.
I wanted to try and knock him out, but I don't think that's going to happen. So...
I mean, you can just like declare non-lethal damage.
Well, I know, but then Poe's going to come in there and fucking decapitate him.
Yeah.
Which I don't blame you for.
I mean, you do also have, if you wanted to, you do have that free, like, thing of words that you can say. I think you can say, like, 15, 20 words as a free action. So, you know.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't have a high enough thing for it yet. So I'm just going to run up there. And I'm going to catty corner punch the rat in the face.
Okay,
If I
all right.
can.
Go ahead and roll for an attack. Alrighty. Sadly, that is a miss there. The bonus action.
Yep. Gonna try and punch him one more time.
Hey, that's a hit. And that, I'm pretty sure, is... Yep, okay. So, cracking into the giant mole rat, slamming it with your hand, you can feel the bone snap as it just sort of goes limp onto the ground.
I'm gonna turn my attention to the cultist guy.
Okay. Alrighty, so then it comes to Poe.
All right, so this is the last of the cultists, really, in this area?
As far as you are aware, yes.
Okay. Well, Poe feels really weird about just choosing to kill these people, so instead he's going to sprint full force to try to... I don't know if this is possible. I want to try and tackle them and...
Oh, for sure, yeah. So
and use my hempen rope and try to bind them.
Okay, very cool. So you run up, you go to tackle him. I'd like you to make an athletics or... Yeah, I'd like you to make an athletics check. And then his acrobatics, that is a 12. So you are able to tackle him down onto the ground, getting him, like pinning him on the ground, and you begin to pull out your rope and begin to tie all around him. I'd like you to make a survival check real quick just to see what your not tying skills are like.
Oh no. Wait, okay, hold
on. So it's a little loose, but you are getting the rope on there. And plus, you have enough weight on this person where...
Yeah, I'm going to not let go until someone's there to back me up.
Yeah, they really can't get out from underneath. So with that, we will go ahead and come to Cecily. You can see that Poe tackled the individual and is currently trying to tie them up.
Okay. If I were to use poison spray on the cultist, can I declare it as non-lethal? Is that allowed?
Ooh, I don't know, just because it's a spell. It's kind of hard to control, like...
Yeah, how much poison he ingests.
I want to shock him to death. Or
Just
shock
have
him to unconsciousness.
Have him waft it.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll just, alrighty. I guess what I'm gonna do then, I will go ahead and get up here with the gang, with the squad, and I'm going to just ready poison spray. And if at some point he breaks out and tries running again, then I'll hopefully get an opportunity attack on him.
Okay. Cool.
And then puff him in the face.
Alrighty. So then we come to that one's dead, and then we have Bianca.
I'm gonna wake up Desmond if I can.
Yeah, so using your action, you shake him awake, and Desmond, you blink a few times, and then you are awake, and you see Bianca, someone who you just met, several hours ago, but they seem to have helped you out in this moment.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, however, you do take, waking up from consciousness, 3 poison damage.
Ow.
Alrighty.
No more radiation for you. Alrighty, so with that, Desmond, it is actually your turn.
Okay, waking up and seeing Bianca right there, I'm just gonna give her a pat on the cheek and then scoot her out of the way and stand up.
Okay.
And then I'm going to... There's nothing I can do right now, but I guess I'll just move like up here.
Okay, yeah. Going near the mole rat and other...
I have to use 15 of my movement to stand up, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I'll just move right there.
Okay.
And I'll say thank you to Bianca as well.
You're welcome.
Okay, so then we come to this individual here who's going to try one more time to break free. So, Poe, I'd like you to make an athletics check with advantage this time because you already have him pinned. That's a 12 again. Oh, okay, all right. So, there is a moment where he just barely begins to squirm free, but you just grab on, to his hair and push him back down and begin to try and tie the rope. And I'd like you to make one more survival check for me. Finishing off the rope, tie it around, and this time you realize, Water's Wake, you did a lot of walking around at the docks. You remember one knot in particular. It's usually used for ships, but people is probably fine too. So you wrap it around the arms and legs until you have successfully hog-tied him, and he is fully conscious. And actually, I don't believe, has had no damage done to him, aside from his moral and his pride being wounded. So you have this individual tied, you pull him back out from that narrow crevice, and you all have a prisoner.
We got a person.
So, with that, as you pull him out, and he's trying to struggle, but the knots that you tied were just too strong. There is too much tension there. You can hear him just muttering under his breath and just begins to shout. And you hear him trying to whistle and screech to try and call any of those mole rats to him.
Can I get him into a sleeper hold with a bind around his lower jaw?
Yeah. So rope tied on him, you do squeeze right in there and make it so he can barely talk at all. No more whistling, no more yapping, screeching. He's just barely able to get this throaty whisper out. And as you do, locking him in there, not tight enough so he goes unconscious, but just tight enough so he can't fall asleep or anything like that. You hear him give out that very raspy, throaty whisper where he says, "You will never be able to stop us from finding the sphere. Never."
Great, you're already telling us some things we want to know. What is this sphere?
The sphere is the key to the Dark One.
We've heard your people talk about the Dark One a lot, so who is this Dark One? Where is he locked up? Why do you want him unlocked?
The Dark One is always in the shadows. The Dark One is always ready to strike. And you can see his eyes darting around him and around all of you.
Is the Dark One around us? I'm gonna look.
Make a perception check.
All right.
It meant that more in a literal sense.
What if we just fought a god right now?
Level 1. Level 1.
Bianca, as you're looking around, you see more of those holes. You hadn't noticed it during the thick of the fight, but you can see maybe 15, 20 different small interconnecting tunnels that seem to go all throughout this area. You don't see any people or anything like that to speak of, but you do register that.
Okay. Hey guys, there's nowhere safe down here.
Starting to realize that myself.
That's really fucking awesome of you to say. Cool, thanks.
I'm going to look at him and, you're going to tell us the way out of here.
There is no way out. No way out for your kind, at least.
Okay. Does anyone else have something you want to ask the weirdo?
No, I want to kill him.
Where is the sphere at?
The sphere. If you head straight down that way, you can find it. Just
How many of your kind are down here?
many. If I were you, I would turn around and leave. Or death will find you, and the darkness will consume you.
I thought you said there was no way out for our kind.
Well, then I guess you see that you're in quite the situation.
All right. I am going to stand up, walk away.
Bianca, what do you suppose these mushrooms do?
Want to find out?
Not what I had in mind, but sort of what I had in mind.
Let's make meat one.
Yeah, I'm gonna pry his jaw open then and...
No. I meant, let's ask him.
Oh.
Looking down at him. What do these mushrooms do?
The mushrooms provide long life and eternal vision under the guidance of the Dark One. Try one yourself. Maybe you'll be enlightened.
Hold on.
I've got an idea, and somebody help me move him.
Where?
Okay.
I want to move him over to this big one here. I can't ping. I'm sad. Yeah, that one works. Any of them. And I'm just gonna start. If we have any extra rope, I want to bind him to it. Make sure it's firm, so we
Sure,
can't
I have-
smash it.
I have the 25 feet of rope that I took from Veronica when she dropped it.
There we go.
Okay. So you're tying him to the mushroom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just gonna look at him. Now you can eat your way out.
Did he seem like he was bluffing when he said, eat one and you'll be enlightened, or does he seem like that's actually what he believes?
Make a deception or make a insight check. I mean, he seems as truthful as a crazy person can.
That's quite a creative situation you have him in, Ishma.
Well, he's unarmed, and I don't really feel like he deserves death.
Well, if we want to sit here with our prisoner for a while, I can just find out what this mushroom does.
Tell you what. I'm gonna before I say this with confidence, let me ask: would it be easy enough to use my disguise kit and maybe take an outfit off of one of them and make a cultist disguise?
Oh, for sure, yeah. It would take you maybe like a short rest or so to get everything right, so that way it actually looks like it's yours. But yeah, you could do that for sure.
Okay.
You use him as like a fashionista. Like, should like the paint go this way?
Yeah. How do I look the most reverent? But I'm gonna look around and suchly say, tell you what. Give me a bit of time too. I might be able to sneak us through a lot of this place. Well, at least me. I don't know. You guys are kind of on your own.
Well, thanks, Cicely.
And thank you,
I
Poe.
want to pat down. Can I pat down the mushroom guy? See if he's got anything on him.
Yeah, make an investigation check.
Investigation.
Okay, so yeah, going through his person, just sort of patting him down, pulling out any items of interest. He does have a light crossbow with some bolts that were sort of hobbled together with the entire kit. But you also do find a vial of that poison that had been that you had been hit with. It's 3 uses. Oh, go ahead.
Okay.
It's 3 uses. DC 13 for 1d6 poison. However, if you fail by 5 or more, you are unconscious. And then you take the 1d6 after you return to consciousness.
Okay. Do you have like an item card for that, or should I just put it into my item?
I can make an item card for it.
That would be amazing if you can. If not, it's not a big deal because I can remember that probably.
No, yeah, I can make an item card for that.
If
It wouldn't be like too heavy for me to just take his crossbow and keep it on me, would it?
No, not at all.
Okay. I'm gonna give myself a crossbow.
Okay. If Cecily's taking time to get dressed, it's technically a long rest, but I can just use my alchemy tool. I have, what is it, alchemist? Where is it?
Oh yeah, the alchemist
Thing, I don't know,
kit.
experimenter feat, and I can just find out what the mushrooms do.
Oh, okay.
If we're willing to take a long rest.
A long rest or a short rest?
It's a long rest, I think. Here, I can put it in the chat.
I don't know about a
I mean,
long.
I could use one, but I don't know if it's the best use of time.
I mean, I could also use one, so I wasn't sure, but
Yeah.
I don't know if we're safe for a long rest.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, mechanically, I could certainly,
Right.
get some stuff back, but I just logically, I don't know if we
Right.
should chill here for 8 hours.
Can we take at least a short rest and like roll some hit die at least?
that's true.
I can take watch.
I'm gonna. Yeah, I'll sit with the prisoner. We'll
Okay.
talk religion.
So, Desmond, as you are pilfering through his pockets, I'm trying to find anything. You find that vial, but you also find a small, a foreign stone to you. But it is kind of like a deep navy, but it is like splotched with white. And it seems to be some type of like idol or token of some kind. And I will go ahead and add that to your inventory. And then I think if I hit show to players, it should just pop up for you.
Oh, cool.
So you find that, and you feel almost like tendrils wrapping around your hand. There's nothing there, but almost like a light caress around your hands. Like someone shaking your hand. And the moment that they're there, they are warm and friendly. And then they disappear.
Actually, what I want to do.
And there we go.
For an hour. That's beautiful.
Okay. So,
I'm gonna pocket it.
Okay. Alrighty. You pocket it. You have that now. So, short rest. Cover that hit die. Poe, you're keeping watch, making sure nobody is coming towards all of you. And then Cecily and Ishima, was there anything you guys wanted to do in particular aside from...
Yeah, I wasn't joking. I fully want to sit there with the prisoner and just discuss religion and try and, like, win him away from the cult.
Okay.
In favor... I'm not going to succeed, but...
Okay. So, as the two of you sit there, he just sort of hangs his head low, closing his eyes, almost like he's sleeping, but you can tell that he's fully conscious. How do you go about it?
I'm just going to read him some of the mantras and sutras of the religion of the Tongbu Path, and just basic meditation stuff. Mind-breaking koans, you know. What is the sound of one hand clapping?
Okay.
Just read from the scrolls to him.
Okay.
Mostly I'm doing it to keep watch.
Yeah, I gotcha.
And the best way to learn is to teach someone else. And it's always okay to go back to the basics.
So
Yeah.
as you are talking to him, you start to go over the like I said, reading from the scrolls and what information you have, trying to, you know, just show something to him that might be of interest. And you start to go over the truths of harmony. And as you begin to say the first truth, as you finish the first truth, he laughs and says, "If only you knew." Two
I'm just gonna keep going.
forces in opposition. Conflict is already here.
Oh, I'm well aware of the forces against us. I mean, were you alive during the calamity?
No.
Well, if it's to be believed, I was. And let me tell you, whatever god you worship, whatever darkness is out there, whatever flavor of the week, bad magical power that you think is here to kill us all, I can tell you right now, it is small potatoes to what is really out there. I know exactly what's out there. If it's to be believed, my fist tasted the blood of what's out there. Hundreds of years ago. So don't even start with that.
It is amusing to me.
Noble
how
truth
little
number 2.
You know of the truth.
I'm just keep going.
There is so much. And even as you're talking, and eventually you get to the point where you're just not letting him stop you and you just keep going. And he says, all of this started in darkness. Darkness is where everything originates from. What you speak of is born of darkness. One day, it will all return to the darkness. And he hangs his head back down. And as all of you are beginning to finish up your short rest, just taking these moments to relax and breathe, you can hear the squeals and shrieks of those mole rats. You can hear the chittering of those claws on stone, and you don't know how close they are, you don't know how far away they are, but you know they're here. And you don't know if they're coming for you. And that is where we're going to go ahead and end today's session.
Bada bing.
Good stuff.
Yeah, that was fun. I'm really liking the party chemistry already.
Same.
Yeah.
I really think having the point